Hey y'all, beautiful rising. I hope y'all are up and ready to start another beautiful week, y'all. Ooh, child, stay in my lane. What is that? Hey y'all. Let me get my other phone up so I can see who I got looking at me, child. Hold on, y'all. I hope y'all are having an amazing morning. All right, wherever you are tuning in from, y'all. I hope you got your morning affirmations going and flowing in your car, at your desk. I hope you in your bed, y'all, because it is it is Memorial Day, right? But you know, some folk be up, right? Hey Omar, how you doing, love? Oh, we just up on this here day, y'all, early in the morning. You know, I ain't gonna break the routine now, because some of y'all still at work today. So we still gonna get up and get this morning message. And after that, I gotta get my hair braided. So let me know if y'all on a vacation day today, if you at the house, if you at work. All right. Let me know where you're checking in from. On your way to work. See, okay. Grand Rising, Santia. I love it. And see, the thing is, you know, at least even if you gotta work, right, you can still start your day off right, y'all. Y'all know how these holidays are. They ain't really holidays. It's just something for the folk to say, hey, let's celebrate this. Let's do that, y'all. Y'all know this world we live in. And it only makes people who gotta work feel like they missing out on something. When, child, you ain't missing out on nothing. Hey, y'all. I hope y'all are having a beautiful morning, y'all. We're going to get into some daily astrology. All right, we're going to get into this morning astrology, y'all. We're going to see what it is, all right, that we as a collective need to know most at this time, y'all. All right, revelations, y'all, decision making. A lot of people, and this is just, you know, channeling right now, y'all, and what I've seen, you know, with many of the, I call it the collective divide, right? So there are two sides of the collective right now, y'all, is what I'm hearing God say. Many of the chosen, I'm gonna tell you, if you have made certain decisions about your life at this time, then you're kind of in, I don't want to call it a void place, but you know, you just kind of chilling, right? It's like when you just kind of floating through the air. It's like you don't have any real direction, but you are floating. It's like a parachute, y'all. Somebody want to go jump out of a parachute or something, y'all? Right? But it is. It's like as the chosen who understand where God is taking you in your life at this time, you don't necessarily feel an urgency, right? But you are wondering kind of like what's on the other side of this, right? That's kind of what I'm hearing. So it's kind of like I'm seeing 777, right? Now, for the people, y'all, who on the other side of this, though, oh, Lord, y'all. For the people on the other side, y'all, this week is going to actually be a rough week. I'm going to tell you that now, y'all. All right, because that is the astrology. The next few days, all right, I posted in the general astrology Discord a video that kind of explains the energy this week, because this week is going to be difficult, y'all, for those who God is literally forcing you to make certain decisions to align yourself with your purpose, right? See, sometimes things in our life begin to happen that we really don't have any control over, but hey, it's because we wouldn't make the decision earlier. All right, so let's talk about the astrology, y'all. So today's main event is the Libra moon. See, Libra, y'all, is about balance, justice, right? Making things equal, right? But a lot of times we are being asked to do certain things for ourselves, right? To bring about balance, justice, right? Equality, reciprocity. But at the point you continue to either have people in your life or do things that oppose the balance that God is trying to bring to your life, then sometimes, y'all, it's just going to be forced, right? So a lot of people who did not accept it is being forced this week, right? Forced lessons, forced sit your butt down and look and think about what it is that you're supposed to do. That's what the Libra moon does. See, Libra moon is Pluto in Aquarius, is bringing like magnetic attraction and emotional truth to the collective about what it is that we want. What do you want, y'all, at an emotional level? And you cannot say, I want this, but then live your life in opposition to what it is that you want, right? A lot of times we live our lives in opposition to what it is that we want because we're not willing to give up the old version of ourselves. So with this energy now, right, with the Libra moon trying Pluto in Aquarius, is bringing a magnetic attraction, y'all, and an emotional truth, right? But this is your destiny, y'all. This is destiny. This is when y'all know how you always hear about divine timing, right? Or you always hear about destiny, right? That is, right? It's the point where God said, okay, right? You've either gotten to a point of your healing, right? Where you're just ready for it, or you've gotten to a point of your healing where God can force you into it, right? But either way, the choice to get to that point is up to you. See, you don't have to be completely whole, healed. I'm just great and wonderful, right? For God to move in your life. And that's where many people fall victim to a mindset, right? Saying that I got to have all of this together before this can happen in my life. No, you don't. You have to align with God, right? You got to align energetically with what it is that you desire. Then God, the universe, right, will do the rest, right? But you still got to align. And most people, they don't align because they feel like I got to be at a certain point, right? Or I don't have to do nothing because if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. You know how many people say that, y'all? I don't have to do anything. If it's meant for me, it's meant for me. No, faith without works is dead. Just because it's meant for you don't mean you going to get it, right? If you don't step out. All right, so people learning how to step out, y'all, because this moon, right, shifting into Libra, especially right late this morning, y'all, at about 10:30 or so, right? That's when you're really gonna feel, right, a turn in what it is that you really want, y'all, right? In life, in relationship, in career, in job, right? It's really when you understand that Libra energy is balanced, right? But you want emotional truth, right? Justice, y'all. But Aquarius is emotion, right? So now it's about emotional truth. I'm telling you, y'all, a lot of people, y'all probably had a little interesting last few days, is what I'm hearing God say, right? Many of the collective have had an interesting last few days because God is forcing a certain level of revelation in your life so that you can be okay with the move that's about to happen, because it's gonna happen regardless, y'all, right? It's gonna happen regardless. So now God is saying, look, I'm gonna move your ass regardless, right? But what you gotta understand is these last few days has been preparation. You still got a choice, y'all. You can choose to be mad at what God is doing in your life, even though you know it's going to make you a better person, right? Or you can just do that shit with ease and grace, y'all. That's what I'm hearing God say. Like somebody, you got to do that shit with ease and grace, right? Which means stop fighting against it, because what's on the other side is going to be great, y'all. It's gonna be great. And now you understand, right? It's like a refreshing outlook, is what I'm hearing God say. Right about 1:48 p.m., y'all, with the moon trine Uranus, you gotta have a different outlook, right? So that you can begin to live your life more spontaneously, right? And find different ways to communicate, y'all. And whether that's communicating with yourself, right? Or communicating with God, or communicating with your loved ones. You gotta find a different way to communicate, y'all. Most people relationships break down is because you want to keep communicating that the way that's easiest for you. But that's not fair, right, y'all? Right? You can't keep trying to communicate with your kids in a way that's easy for you, but they not getting it. You can't keep trying to communicate. You can't, y'all. You have to be able to open, right, and bring balance, y'all. It's 727. Put that in the comments. 7 is spirituality. 2 is decision making and balance, right? Balance. You cannot balance, right, relationships, spirituality, God. You can't balance anything until you make certain decisions in your life, right? So now you making certain decisions that's bringing you balance, y'all. That's what it is. So now, right, at 7:41 p.m., the moon is going to trine the sun. This is going to allow smoother conversations and mutual support. Everybody in relationship just wants mutual support. Don't nobody want to argue, y'all. People want solutions, right? And that's why I be telling you, in family and dynamics, right? In career dynamics, in family relationships, love. Nobody wants to fight, but you gotta be able to communicate, right? And it has to feel mutual, y'all. That's reciprocity. The only time people get, especially in relationships, y'all, because I'm a life coach and relationship coach, only time divine feminine energy begins to feel her energetic frequency go crazy is because the balance, something coming off, y'all. Them scales. Because when you balance your energy, when you balance your divine feminine essence, and then you begin to feel something getting off balance again, right? You can feel it energetically. And this moon is saying, we not doing that. What can we do to allow mutual support, right? It's not about who's right, who's wrong. It's not about ego. It's about mutual support. And many people do not understand that, y'all, because of what? Jealousy and ego, right? We've been talking about that. Because the moon, right, tonight at 8:44 p.m., that's when impatience can spike, y'all. Avoid texting from ego, jealousy, or frustration, because that's a cycle, y'all. How many times have y'all gotten to these points energetically where you sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? Because we now getting into this full moon energy. Y'all know everything is cyclical, y'all. And when you begin to study patterns, you learn yourself. See, I teach tarot classes, y'all, not for y'all to be able to read other people. You can do that if you desire, but it's really for you to be able to read yourself. You need to know the moon cycles, y'all, for you to be able to understand your own frustrations and your own energy, especially as a divine feminine, because the moon cycle is a 28-day cycle that also should, right, align with your menstrual cycle. And if you are aligned as the divine feminine, it will. If you are not, then that means that you are still aligning yourself. But you will always understand, y'all, that as we approach these full moons, especially the one that we have coming up on the 31st, right at the end of this week, 7 days, y'all, right now the universe is what? Turning up the fire on your ass. That's it, y'all. The universe is turning up the fire. So as the divine feminine, right, if you somebody that likely will fire off a text message and go off, don't do that, y'all. The universe just wants to create or catch you in a cycle of frustration, y'all. That's a cycle of frustration, right? Don't do that, right? You got to handle some things differently. As a divine feminine and divine unions, y'all, the masculine, their response, this is what I'm hearing God say, their response is based on your frequency, right? So when y'all find yourselves looping, right, in these loops and these cycles, it's because you, as the feminine, you're not handling the situation any differently than you always do. And that is why you continue looping. Once you learn your own triggers, right? Once you learn your own repetitive cycles, right? Then look, ding, did y'all hear that? Shut up. I just got a message. Ding, hello, that's a message for somebody. Happy Memorial Day, y'all, right? Right? When you begin to realize your own repetitive cycles, that's when you begin to break certain cycles in your life, right? In your relationship, right? In everything, right? You got to be able to break the cycle yourself, y'all. And the reason that many of us are stuck in repetitive cycles is because we know the cycle, we recognize the cycle, but then we don't do anything about it, right? We still have the same responses, y'all. And if you have the same responses, then nothing's gonna change, right? So I hear God saying this, y'all. Don't fire off no text message, right? Understand boundaries, y'all, but also understand emotional depth, right? And the power of vulnerability. Y'all, most people do not understand the power, the true power of vulnerability, intimacy, and truth telling. Be honest with what you want, y'all, right? Release old relationship patterns. It's the patterns, y'all. But it doesn't mean that you can't be honest. Let me tell you, if you're married or in union, because most of my people that follow me are married in union, be honest with your partner, right? I get that you got blah, 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 right? But these are my needs, blah, blah, blah. Now, does it mean that they can immediately meet those needs? No, right? But it does mean that you told your truth, and your truth is your truth, y'all. And at some point, you're going to tell that truth so many times that either you're going to walk away, right, or they're going to get that shit together. But you got to tell your truth. Many times, y'all ain't honest with what it is that you want, but you get mad and walk away. And then your spouse, your man, your lady they sitting there looking like, well, what the hell happened? And you weren't really honest about what you wanted. You weren't really honest about what was taking place, y'all. This love, life, and relationships, y'all. This is your daily guidance, right? And this is guidance to all the relationships in your life. Once you have been honest with your family, with your friends, with your spouses about what you want, and they continue to dishonor your truth, then God gives you the permission to walk away, y'all. But you got to be honest. And let me tell you, y'all, the person on the other side of that, if you get left in the dust, y'all, because someone has been honest with you about what they desire and you refuse to compromise, y'all. God don't ask you to give up your freedom. God don't ask you to give up your choice. God asks you to compromise, right? And if you do not compromise, and this is relationship, y'all, right? If you do not compromise and you have someone in your life that you say God sent you, God gonna say, okay, well, guess what? There's a replacement available. Because that's stupid, y'all. Those are patterns, right? Those are patterns. And this energy is not going to uphold patterns any longer, especially when this pattern is not moving forward the agenda of God in your life. This is about destiny, y'all. And this week is a destiny portal so that people can be reminded of where they found themselves, y'all, stuck in certain patterns because they refuse to make decisions and choices to move their life forward. But what is it out of, y'all? Fear. Somebody, you ain't get to walk on graduation day. I don't know what that meant, but I just heard that. It's graduation season, y'all. I don't know. I just heard I didn't get to walk on graduation day. All right, so there's going to be emotional depth and peaks today, y'all. All right, let's get into the energy. All right, so Mars in Taurus square Pluto, y'all. All right, after midnight, passion is going to be high. All right, but so are power dynamics. Use this energy to set boundaries. Don't test nobody's loyalty. Nobody fucking has time for that anymore, y'all. Right? I'm literally, this is the daily astrology, y'all. Use this energy to set boundaries, not test someone's loyalty. God is not done, y'all. If you don't know if somebody loyal to you by this point, walk the fuck away. Right? If you are still questioning people in your life, walk the fuck away, because God is not going to allow you or anyone else to keep testing loyalty. That's not what this energy is, right? This is trust God and the move of God in your life and get your ass on before you lose the momentum that's building energetically, y'all. All right, let's get into it. Let me sip my coffee, y'all. Lead with charm, y'all, but stay grounded. Stay grounded. Listen closely, y'all. Let your feelings rise without focusing on an outcome, right? Let your feelings rise, y'all. You ain't got to focus on the outcome, right? But you do got to let the feelings rise so that you can understand why it is that you're feeling what you're feeling, y'all. All right? Let them rise, right? And then ask yourself, where do you need more balance, right? Communication, boundaries, trust, vulnerability. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Ooh, all right, y'all. I got my coffee over here, y'all. I got my coffee over here, y'all. Okay, hold on. Let me get the damn top back on. All right, y'all. Let's get into the energy oracle deck, y'all. I want to see what we need to know most at this time to get through this energy this week, y'all. All right, the energy is going to be intense for those who still have decisions to make, y'all. Damn, card fell off the damn table, y'all. What is this? On the floor. Ooh, yeah, child. Yeah, that thing hit the floor, y'all. Patience, okay? Patience is your first card out. God is saying be patient, right, with yourself, because there is something that's taking place, y'all. This is God in your life right now. This is the number 16. Somebody, you could be born on the 16th. 1 and 6 is 7, y'all. 7 is spirituality. Y'all, stop playing. It's 7:37. 7:37, y'all, with 33 people watching, y'all. What did I say? 1 and 6 is 7. 7 is spirituality. 7:37, y'all. What does that mean? God is literally saying, be patient. Something being worked out on your behalf, y'all. Something is being worked out on your behalf. Yeah, y'all, I could never make it up. Action. 16 and then 17. Back to back. Action, y'all. God working out something, y'all. I don't know what to tell you, y'all. Stop playing. Something to move forward, y'all. Action is here. I heard you just got to be patient, y'all. 7 days. Because I'm here 7 whole nights without a word from you. 7 whole days. and I'm just about through. Can't take it, won't take it, can't take it no more. I had about enough of you. I'd rather be on my own. Yes. Oh, child, I don't know what you just did, y'all. Somebody, you done brought Tony Braxton ass out. I don't know, y'all. Somebody, I don't know. I don't know if it's been 7 days of silence or something happening in 7 days, but somebody, your name Tony, your person named Tony, TB could be someone's initials, y'all. All right, y'all. Somebody, you gotta be patient. All right, be patient. Yeah, y'all. Okay, come on, y'all. I knew this shit was coming up. I felt this shit in the tub this morning when God told me to use this energy oracle deck. All right, y'all. Yin yang is in the reverse. All right, I told y'all there is still some type of alignment that's taking place in the masculine energy or your masculine energy. If you are a divine feminine and you are single, that means that this is your masculine energy. If you are a queen who is attached to someone, there is something taking place in your divine masculine. All right, it's in the reverse, but this is your person, y'all. See somebody, I'm talking about it. 7 whole days. You talking about I'd rather be on my own. Somebody said I'd rather be on my own, right? Patience, y'all. Patience is a virtue. Why? Because thinking man is at the split, y'all, with storm warning. Somebody, they getting a final warning. Stop playing, y'all. Yeah. Somebody, if you in a relationship, it's a final warning, y'all. There's a final warning that's being issued at this time. What is this energy? All right, what is this energy? Oh, too many. Hold on, y'all. That's too many. I don't want that many. Hold on. Give me one. All right, give me one, guys. All right, there we go, y'all. Yeah, indecision. I could never make it up. I could never, y'all. Look, somebody, you've been stuck in indecision too long, and now God is telling you this week you gotta make a decision, y'all. This is the energy, and we just read it out of the astrology, y'all. You gotta make a decision. There is no way in this energy, right, that God is going to allow you to not move forward towards what is the destined plan for your life. Somebody, it is the destined life versus the fated life is what I'm hearing God say. And a lot of times we feel like where we are is just a matter of fate. Fate is based on circumstances, y'all. Fate is based on circumstances. Your destiny is what God has designed for you. Yeah, where you are is a part of your fate because shit, sometimes shit happens, y'all. Sometimes you don't do anything, y'all, because I'm hearing shit happens. I don't even know who say that, but I'm hearing shit happens. It does. It absolutely does, y'all. So now you got to look at yourself and say, okay, how long though am I going to be stuck at this place of indecision, right? So if you are single, this is you. If you are connected to a masculine, this is them, y'all, and they've been August 22nd, August 17th, or August 16th could be significant, y'all. Somebody has been stuck at a crossroads for a very long time, and God is no longer allowing this state of indecision. Why? Because it's time to blossom into abundance, y'all. This is creation. This is the number 3. God created the damn heaven and the earth in 3 days. What the fuck is you waiting on? Stop playing, y'all. That's what I heard. I heard God said, look, I created the whole universe in 3 days. Why are you sitting here at this tree? Like you don't know which direction you need to go. Somebody, you know which direction you need to go, but you have been stuck in indecision because there is a balancing in the masculine energy that needs to take place. We got to see what this is, y'all, because there is an imbalance. Yeah, the temple path. Somebody just don't want to follow their path, y'all, because their path includes what? A happy family. But that requires healing, right? Because the sun is in reverse, right? And strategy is also in the reverse, right? So somebody, I feel like if this is you, again, right, you have to look at what you are still not seeing in your life, right? The reason that you don't have a plan, y'all. See, strategy is in the reverse. The sun, somebody, you ain't listening to your intuition. Goddess of the moon is at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Somebody, you're not listening to what it is that God is telling you. Yeah, deceit is at the split, y'all. You deceiving your damn self is what I heard, y'all. Like somebody, you're deceiving yourself because God has already laid out the path, y'all. What? This is the number 3. 12. Somebody, you could be born on the 12th. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 is what? Blossoming abundance. It's almost like God is saying, look, I done told you what this path is going to lead you to. And this path is going to lead you to blossoming abundance. And it's going to lead to a happy family. But it's something that you don't want to see for yourself or you are not allowing yourself to see. because strategy is in the reverse. And somebody, you feel like it's a plan, but guess what, y'all? This is the number 21. If you hold that shit up right, God is saying, look, all of this shit is a part of my plan. Hello. Hello. Y'all, whatever it is that God is trying to connect you to in your life, or whoever it is that God is trying to connect you to in your life, it is a part of your path, y'all. And too many people feel like they got to have a plan first, right? Why strategy is in reverse. What if God sent you an angel? Y'all, I'm seeing somebody walk on the beach, right? And God sends you a whole angel, right? To like take a picture, or you see this family walking down the beach, y'all. Like somebody, you could be walking and you see families and stuff on the beach and you longing for it, right? Like somebody you longing for, but God is saying that's already a part of your temple path. You're just not allowing yourself to see it because you feel like you got to have some type of strategy or plan before it can take place. And God is saying, the fuck? Stop playing, y'all. Right? God is saying, the fuck? Right? You got to know who you are. Now I'm hearing the I am affirmation song. The affirmation song, y'all. Sometimes the plan comes with the action, y'all. Look. See, you got patience here. And I'm kind of feeling like God been patient with your ass, y'all. I don't even feel like this is your patience no more. I feel like this is God's patience. God has been patient with you, but now it's time for you to take some type of action to balance whatever this is. You have been in indecision way too long. And on the other side of you making a decision, there's abundance, y'all. It is 333, y'all. Somebody, you could be seeing 333. Put that in the comments, y'all. That's support. That's support, y'all. You got the support that it is you desire, but you can't even see it, y'all. The sun is in reverse. Yeah, look, envy is in the reverse. Stop playing. You got to look at something differently, y'all. Hold on, because I heard go to the guidebook. What's envy in reverse? This is the number 20. Y'all, what is that? 2. What is 2? Y'all, decision making. I could never make it up. Somebody, you got to let go of whatever this is. Let me see. What's envy in the reverse? All right, y'all. Envy in the reverse. This card reverse heralds a great time of joy and appreciation. Your choice, hello, your choice to shift your focus from future longing to present gratitude. I could never make it up. Somebody, you so worried about what the hell gonna happen in the future that you can't even take action towards what the hell God's telling you to do today. It's the today. What's going to happen if I go take this job? What's going to happen if I go make this move? What's going to happen if I relocate? What's going to happen if I get in this relationship? Your ass might be happy, right? You might actually be at peace, right? Somebody, you got to stop worrying about what might happen. Right? And understand that your life is being divinely orchestrated, y'all. It says your focus from future longing to present gratitude. Be thankful for what you got now. Be thankful for whoever you got around you that's loving. Somebody, you over here thinking about all the people you lost, and you ain't even grateful for the people that are still standing. Somebody, maybe you've lost family. Maybe you've lost friends. Hell, maybe you done lost everything. But I can guarantee you, if you on this live with me, then you got one person. Who is that? Me. The fuck? Too many people get stuck in what you lost. My mom and them ain't talking to me. My sister them, my cousin them, don't nobody want to talk to me. Woe's me, woe's me. Get your ass up off that goddamn sofa and shut the fuck up. That's stupid. If you got people in the community just like this who are supporting you, then why is you laying on that sofa? Get your ass up. That's stupid. Somebody, you longing for something that God is trying to show you that you already got. Omar, Omar, I just looked at the comments, y'all. It's 7:47, y'all. 4 is a foundation. 7 is spirituality, y'all. God is trying to build you a whole foundation. Y'all, 4 is foundation, right? God trying to build you a whole foundation. Child. Woo, child. All right, y'all, let me tell you, this is it. It says, you know that you can keep your eye on future goals without losing sight of your present gift. See, somebody, you so focused on what you building for your future that you're not looking at your present gifts. Somebody, you got a gift in the present moment. And whether that's a job, a business, a person, or all of it, y'all. Somebody, you are so focused on what you're trying to get into the future that you're not being thankful for what God got in your life now. And let me tell you, y'all, you will lose it. Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Nah, nah, nah. Anybody home? Right? You will lose everything you got in the present moment if your ass is focusing on the future. Why? Because God is saying you won't even sit down long enough to thank me today. One day, right? One day, right? Whatever that day is, y'all. And what you got to understand is that, look, Rita, you overslept. It's okay, Rita. You need a rest, child. You know we be on here. You know they got you covered, girl. Rita, it's Memorial Day. I don't blame you. I'd probably be resting too, child. But I got to get my hair braided after this damn life. Right? So let's talk about it, y'all. So what we got to understand, right? If you continue to lose sight of the gifts that God has given you today because you are so focused on your future, right? Then God is going to strip everything away in the present moment, y'all, because the present moment is where you show God that you're thankful, right? It's in the present moment, y'all, that you show God who you are and who God is in your life, right? So it says, continue to release any old feelings of envy or lack, y'all, whenever those thoughts or emotions come up. The reason that people overburden themselves, y'all, is because of that's lack, y'all. That's a lack mindset. If you working 24/7, that's a lack mindset, right? If you sleeping 24/7, that's a lack mindset, y'all. Anything that is done without balance is a lack mindset because it means that you are overly focused on what? The outcome. Anytime you are focused on the outcome, there is going to be an imbalance in your life because God is telling you that you manifest from the present moment. You over here focus on the outcome. So you working like a goddamn crazy person because in 5 years you want to be set. But God is telling you if you set your ass down today and listen to me, I'm trying to tell you how to accomplish that in the present moment. You ain't got to wait 5 years to be rich. You ain't got to wait 5 years to have the business you desire. You ain't got to wait 5 years to have the relationship you want. You got to set your ass still in the present moment and listen to God. Right? Stop. Somebody, you are well on your way to a completely gratifying life. And your genuine acknowledgement, y'all, of the value within and around you will only keep drawing more value to you. If you can sit down and value your children, sit down and value your spouse, your partner, right? Sit down and value the business God gave you so that God can show you how to scale it and support it without breaking your back. Y'all, I have owned a company for 19 years. You think I'm breaking my back? It's Memorial Day. I ain't even checking an email. I wouldn't care if somebody's shit burning down right now, y'all. Right? And I'm telling you, business owners, if you cannot take a day off from your business, then you have not scaled properly. And that means you need to go to Instagram and follow the Lady CPA. Right? You need to Google me, the Lady CPA. Right? Because you got to figure out why you can't rest. You got to figure out why you can't take a day off. You got to figure out what is going on with you, right? Because God is not going to give you a business and then tell you you can't take a day off. That's stupid. Yeah. The affirmation for this card, y'all, is actually beautiful. It says, I let go of lack. I look at the blessings in my life with joy and satisfaction. I am glad. Somebody, you got to be glad for what it is that God is giving you in this present moment. If not, man, you got to lose it all. Somebody, it's like you looking at everybody in the world and you're envying them, yet God has absolutely given you more than enough. And honestly, God is waiting to give you more. But you so busy looking at what it is that you ain't got, God can't even add to it because you going to still be looking at God with a fucking smirk like you ain't got enough still. Stop playing, y'all. I just saw that damn smirk emoji. I hate that emoji, by the way. right? Because it's like you be smirking at God. Like it's like, oh well, damn, I'm just gonna keep looking God in the face and acting like I ain't got nothing when I got everything. That's stupid. Yeah, stop playing, y'all. Woman holding the heart, beautiful. I love that that flipped up in the upright, y'all. Right? Woman holding a heart. Divine feminine, you open, y'all. The divine feminine is heart open. Woman holding a heart, y'all. Right? You are heart open at this time. What is this energy? Yeah, y'all, action came out again in the upright. I combined two of these decks, y'all. Look, see, you about to follow your heart, y'all. I'm gonna tell you something. This is a message for divine masculine. That's what I'm seeing, y'all. If the divine masculine, or right, if this energy of the collective, because God is saying this is a collective energy. If the divine masculine and the collective do not make decisions to choose what God is saying, right, and moving into this abundance, the divine feminine, you're gonna take action towards what's on your heart. On your heart, y'all. You're going to start moving towards what your heart is calling you. And I'm gonna tell you, y'all, if this is about a twin flame dynamic, you gonna get a soulmate, or you're gonna get what it is that you desire. Somebody you just gonna be traveling. You ain't gonna give a fuck about a man, woman, child, or billy goat, is what I just heard. Right? Like somebody, you just gonna be traveling with all this action behind you, y'all. Like somebody you are. You are going to follow your heart and take actions towards your heart, because what you realize is that there is no lack when you follow your heart, y'all. God provides you with every good thing as long as you follow in your heart. Why? Because when God puts something in your heart, y'all, that's your intuition. Every time your intuition is telling you to take a job, go towards that person, send that text message, make that phone call, follow up on that job, that is your heart. We manifest from the heart, y'all. It's crazy because when I did my thumbnails this week, God said use the heart chakra green and keep it this week. I usually update my thumbnails on Mondays, right, for my daily live, y'all. And God said use the heart chakra energy this week, because this week it's about you following what's in your heart. Your heart is your destiny, y'all. Your fate, it just happened to be events that took place in your life that showed you certain cycles and patterns that you found yourself in. Fate is circumstantial. It was your fate that you had children from a karmic. It was your fate that you married the wrong person or had children with the wrong person. It was your fate, y'all. That shit was fate. See, many of the collective right now, it's people who are still looking at their past saying, damn, I don't want to make a mistake. Was that my person? Should I have been with that person? Only because that was a pattern, y'all. Patterns always are familiar. So it's easy to look at somebody from your past and say, damn, maybe that's my person. Maybe I should have been with them, y'all. That's the karmic clearing that's taking place. Yeah, because that's familiarity. And when God is pushing you into your destiny, you be stuck in indecision because somebody you trying to figure out if you going back to your past. And whether that's your old ways or an old person, somebody's been stuck in indecision. And God is saying, right, for the divine feminine, follow your heart. If this is about a relationship, follow your heart, y'all. Follow your heart. It's time for you to follow your heart, and you cannot be stuck in indecision, y'all. Yeah, look, stop playing angel of love. Man, if you don't follow your heart, ain't nobody got time, y'all. Somebody, I'm going to tell you right now, look, daughter personal healing and happiness is at the bottom of the deck. See, God is becoming impatient now. Shit. With this patience in the upright, I'm telling you, God is like, patience is great. And I have been patient with you. But if you do not take action, y'all, towards what it is that God has been showing you, and you get stuck in this point of indecision, I don't know. It's something going on because you're being pushed to get out of lack, y'all. Somebody's just been stuck in a lot of lack. And God is telling you, man, if you don't follow your heart and take action with this angel of love, it's like you got a guiding force trying to show you through love, y'all. Yeah, rest and damn. Somebody, shit, that shit back to back, y'all. Man, if you don't set your ass down and rest, I'm talking about back to back. How, y'all? How? Rest and rejuvenation, 1919. Y'all, that's heavy new beginnings. 19, 1 and 9 is 10, y'all. That's 10, 10. Put 10, 10 in the comments, y'all. That's heavy endings, y'all. God finna end some shit. What is this, y'all? Yeah, because daughter personal healing is still at the bottom of the deck. And I'm going to tell you, y'all be holding on to stuff and God be stripping it away. I'm talking about stripping it away. Somebody, you are being stripped down because you are still holding on to something that God told you to release a long time ago. And I don't know if it's a mindset or a way of being, because whatever it is blocking the temple path, y'all. It's blocking your happiness and you don't even see it because you over here trying to come up with a plan and God has already given you a plan. It's called your destiny. It's called your destiny, y'all. You supposed to be over here heavy on the resting and letting things in. What's the next message? Damn, do I want all of this? No, I don't want all of that. Well, we're going to have to figure it out because I don't want it. Oh, sorry. We was fussing. We was fussing. Sorry, y'all. I be fussing with my spirit, guys. Damn, woman holding a coin. Yeah, okay, y'all. Somebody, this is a separate message. These three, God gave me three again, y'all. See, woman holding a coin with daughter personal happiness is healing. I told you it was there, y'all, but broken heart. See, somebody, you cannot even... It's like you got to be able to embrace your healing so that you can get to your money, right? You got to embrace your healing so that you can get to your money. But you cannot be holding on to heartbreak from your past, y'all. This isn't the past, right? Past, present, future. Past, present, future. Let go of your past brokenness. Embrace healing in the present moment so that you can stabilize your monties, y'all. That's it. That's all. If you want money, if you want financial stability, if you want all of that, you got to embrace the healing that's before you in the present moment. And somebody, that's heartbreak. 34, 42, 9 could be significant, right? Somebody, you gotta embrace it. Because all of it is tied to it, y'all. Your money is tied to your healing of your heart, y'all. You manifest from the heart. And I don't care if you're a woman or a man, y'all listening to me. You manifest from the heart. God is saying if you don't set your ass down, y'all, what was I just saying? See, a lot of times we want to work our way into abundance. You want to work your way into the blessings of God. God don't require all of that. Somebody, you need to rest. You need to rest. Let me tell you why, y'all. I just see it. 67 people watching. My father, y'all, had a stroke 2 weeks ago. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. It was the weekend of the Tampa Collective. My daddy was at work. Y'all, my daddy is 72, 73, 74, somewhere in his 70s, child. Right? Somewhere in his 70s. He done retired twice, I swear. And then he keeps going back to work, right? Because he doesn't have financial freedom. Well, because you didn't make good decisions. Because when God was telling you to rest, you never rest, y'all. My father worked 7 days a week, damn near all his life. And he's still working now, y'all. And let me tell you, thank God the stroke left no like physical damage other than to the nerve on the brain, however that worked, right? But he doesn't have any physical, like symptoms of the stroke. But he had it at work, y'all, collapsed right at them people's job. Because why you still working? Because you too old to be working, right? But because you work 24/7, y'all, my daddy worked. I never see that man. Never. And that was not of God. So now you still working. So let me tell you, what profits a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Right? That's your health, y'all. That's your health. I love my daddy. Thank God for him. Set your ass down. You should have made better decisions. Right? Why the hell? Because let me tell you, working 7 days a week is what gets my daddy had to have a double hip replacement surgery. This facts, y'all. My daddy worked 7 days a week standing on his feet. Had to have a double hip replacement surgery, right? He done had that. Now you still working, right? Because you won't trust God. You won't set your ass down and figure out a better way to do it, y'all. Stop playing. I'm glad his ass okay, too. He better sit down. I don't play that shit. I tell people, whatever the fuck you get is because you caused that shit. I don't play that. I love my daddy, but sit your ass down. I don't give a fuck. That is not the lady empath. I am who I am. I take care of me first. I take my bath every morning. I take my ass to the spa. I do not have high blood pressure. I do not have diabetes. I'm talking about in perfect health, bitches. At 50 years old, perfect health. I ain't even in menopause, except for the fact that my cycle don't come on. And if you get a moon around here strong enough, that shit come on. Right? You gotta understand your health is contingent upon how you take care of yourself. And people don't want to take care of themselves. You just want to work like you ain't got good sense. And then when your whole damn body break down, you be wanting people to take care of you. I ain't taking care of nobody with a broke down body. Not when I'm taking care of me. That's stupid, y'all. I ain't doing that shit. That's crazy, y'all. It's too many people my age that are broke down. My ex-husband, y'all, we cool, right? He came to our son's graduation this weekend, his ass on a cane. 51 years old. I say, you on a cane now? He's talking about, yeah, man, I gotta have hip surgery. The fuck? Right? These men, 51, and now you got to have double replacement hip surgery at 51. You on a cane? That's why we divorced. I ain't take care of your ass. You should have taken care of your body. I ain't got time for that shit, y'all. And I say that, and I have to say it harshly, because if you don't take care of your body, who else is? I'm not taking care of old people who didn't take care of their body. I'm not taking care of a man or a woman who didn't take care of their body. And now you want the one who took care of themselves in their old age to push your ass around in a wheelchair because you didn't take care of you. That's not my fate. Might be yours, but it's not mine. I ain't saying that you don't. I'm saying that ain't my fate, y'all. I'm talking about me. I ain't talking about you. Hello, goddess of the moon. Stop playing. Somebody, you better follow your intuition. All right. Somebody, God is trying to show you something for real, though, right? With goddess of the moon and angel of love, it's like God is saying, follow your intuition. Do what it is that you do out of love, y'all, not out of lack. Right? Do what you do out of love, not out of lack, right? And you do not want to be them people that ain't listening to God. Somebody, God trying to show you something with this goddess of the moon. All right, let's get one more, y'all, and I'm going to clarify. All right, let's get one more, and we're going to go to the tarot. Yeah, stop playing, y'all. Magician in the mirror. Somebody, this is about your union. I got two, y'all, at the center. Say that, y'all. At the center is yin yang in the reverse, right? And magician in the mirror, y'all. This is the top two twin flame cards of this day. Somebody, this is about your journey to self. Yeah, storm warning, y'all. Man, when I tell you God trying to warn somebody, if you don't sit the hell down or end something that you supposed to be ending in your life, you're not going to get another warning, y'all. And it's coming through somebody's health. And I do not speak negativity. I'm a prophetess. I warn you, I am never going to speak anything over somebody's life, but I am telling you that God is saying you got to slow down. Damn. I'm talking about double rest. Rest. Y'all, you got to rest. If you do not rest, and I don't care if that's rest in your mind, rest in your body, rest in your soul, it's something here about resting, y'all, because there is something, it's like God wants to do something for you with action, but you won't even let it happen. With yin yang in the reverse, it's like you won't let it happen because you stuck in indecision. It's like as soon as you make the decision that God is pushing you to make, everything gonna take off in your life. But let me tell you, y'all, God is a God of free will. God ain't gonna force your ass to make a damn decision, y'all. Tap it up, y'all. Welcome to the live, y'all. I am the Lady Empath, 1111, y'all. It's all love and light over here. All right, we about to clarify, y'all. This is your daily guidance. All right, I'm live every morning at 7:15. Join us on the Discord, y'all. All right, I created Discord, right, as a community, right, for people who really, we don't fit. Shit, we don't fit in the church because they stupid. We don't fit in the spiritual community, y'all, because they're weird. Right? So I do both, right? Because I honor who I am and who God has called me to be, right? So I'm a different type of reader because I'm not a reader. I'm a prophetess. I just like cars. I'm a woman of art. I'm a woman of beauty. I'm a woman of all things beautiful. And I believe that art is beautiful. I believe that artwork is beautiful. I believe that God can give you a message, right, about everything that's taking place in your life, and it didn't just come through a Bible, right? So what you got to understand is you limit yourself. See, my people perish for lack of knowledge is because people only was reading one book. That's why your ass ain't had but one view. Right? You got to understand there are many ways to gain knowledge, and you limit yourself based on the resources or the tools that you use. Right? So your great grandma and your auntie and your granny, the only thing they asses read was a Bible, y'all. That's why that's the only damn thing they could tell you about. That does not mean that that was your limitation. That was theirs. That's stupid. Hashtag that's stupid. Ah, you got to let your light shine, y'all. And your light shines. However, God said, let it shine, y'all. Ain't no limitations on how God can give a message. The only limitations are the limitations you put on yourself, child. That's stupid. All right, y'all. Let's clarify. Had to take a sip of my coffee. All right, patience is here, y'all. Let's clarify patience. All right, so something is going on. All right, and whether that's God becoming impatient with your ass, right, or right, somebody else exercising a level of patience, y'all. Let's tap in, y'all. All right, if you want a personal reading, the only way to book is my website, y'all, the Lady Empath 1111.com. I am still running my love reading special half off. I think I got 2 or 3. I'm not doing them today. They'll come out tomorrow. If you have already booked a reading for me with me and you do not have it, which should only be about 2 people, I think I still got left. Those will come out tomorrow because I'm getting my hair braided today. I ain't doing no damn readings. All right, patience, y'all. What's patience? All right, patience. Oh, say that shit. Okay, patience, queens. Damn. Okay, y'all, that shit came out back to back together. Okay, y'all, divine feminine, impressed. Say that shit. Be patient, y'all, because you got a king. Oh, he working on some shit, y'all. That thing say 8 of coins to the empress. I'm talking about it. Somebody, your person obsessed with you. Y'all know when my Pinterest pop up, y'all, and it's 808, put 808 in the comments, y'all. Y'all know when I get these Pinterest notifications in the middle of a live, it's about something. Y'all, that thing said happiness, king and queen. Stop playing, y'all. Somebody, y'all gonna have a baby. Y'all standing back to back, y'all. Look, this just popped up on my Pinterest. Look. Somebody, y'all gonna have a child. Somebody, you got dreads. Somebody, you got a multicolored hair. Yeah. Somebody wants to build. Alonda, Yolanda, Sweetie. Somebody calls you Sweetie a lot. Y'all take piggyback rides, y'all. Yeah, this man planting roots, y'all. That's what this 8 of coins is, y'all. Somebody, they planting roots. I'm seeing grounds. I'm seeing roots. Somebody, your guide this week is Oya. All right, somebody, your guide is Oya this week. When I get these come up, y'all, these are notifications. All right, Alicia, someone's name is Alicia or McCalla. Yeah, somebody, you're embodying Oya this week. Warrior goddess, y'all. Somebody, your energy, y'all, stop fucking playing. Look at this damn notification and this don't look, let me just show you because y'all be fucking with me like I ain't got a whole gift. Stop playing. Look at this lady, y'all. Look, pink aura, pink energy. That's you. Angel of love, y'all. Holding a heart, y'all. She holding a heart in her damn hand. See, that's why I have to tell people you get a message anywhere, y'all. Look, somebody, you still bloomed. Wherever you get that, y'all, that thing says she carried it all and still bloom, y'all. She carried it all and still bloom. Somebody, you carried it all and you still blooming. And for that, yeah, it says every woman ain't meant to be played with. You gotta know when you got a real one. Somebody, your person that got a damn message. Oh, you are a real one. Oh yeah, that thing said some women ain't meant to be played. Somebody, your person knows who you are now. I'm seeing legacy, ancient civilization. Yeah, yeah. Somebody, I don't know, you might be considering polygamy. That's on you, y'all. I don't know. That's what that thing said. I'm just telling you what it said. Right? I saw polygamy on there. I don't know, somebody, you might be considering polygamy. I tell you, y'all, I don't care what y'all do as long as everybody happy with it. Shit, 2 of cups is at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Stop playing. Back to this message, right? Empress with the 8 of coins and the 2 of cups, y'all. Something is coming together, y'all. Yeah, something's coming together, divine feminine. I don't feel like you need to worry about this, y'all. See, that's why God is saying be patient, y'all. There's a masculine. Somebody, your person work outside. They could be a carpenter. All right, someone could wear flannel shirts, so they just work real hard, y'all. I told you, somebody worked too goddamn hard. We just talked about that, y'all. But this man is out here. Somebody could be self-employed. Yeah, very detailed. Somebody's trying to master something, y'all. This is a masculine who does want to be committed, though. All right, this is companionship. There's mutual feelings here. There's going to be some type of an exchange, y'all. Yeah, divine feminine. This someone's thinking, child. Girl, y'all, I'm about to run up out of here. The damn emperor just flipped out, y'all. The emperor with fucking justice, y'all. Stop playing. Somebody, be patient. You going to be fine, y'all. The empress, the emperor, and justice. God working some shit out. Divine feminine, you need to be over here, right? Work on your coins and your healing, right? Because this shit here, see, for the feminine, oh, thank you, spirit. Yeah. See, for divine feminine, God said that's why I had you to split them two groups up. See, this is divine feminine right here, y'all. Woman holding a coin. You got to be self-sufficient, y'all. And that's a part of your healing. Door to personal happiness and healing, y'all. You got to be this, and you got to heal from heartbreak. Masculines, they gotta learn how to fucking rest, y'all. Look, with the 10 of Wands under the bottom of the deck. Somebody gotta rest. They carrying too many burdens, y'all. Yeah, heavy loaded. Somebody on the brink of collapse, y'all, over the limit and overwhelmed. Yeah, this is the emperor, y'all. But God is bringing justice to this situation. Somebody, your person could be an air sign, y'all, with the King of Swords and the Ace of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, y'all. There's a vernal equinox that's taking place that's pushing this masculine right into their fucking heart. So, whoo, shit, y'all. The King and Queen of Cups just came out back to back with the Knight of Cups. All right, y'all. This is divine timing. Girl, that thing say a few days is time. I'm about to run out my room. Whose message is this? Holy shit, y'all. This is my first time using this deck, y'all. Well, I think second time. I think I shuffled it up the other day, right? But somebody, you got a King of Swords. Yeah. And this is somebody who is a King of Swords emperor. They do everything by the book. Everything by the book, y'all. I'm going to tell you. That's how my king is, y'all. And we in union. That motherfucker, and it's 8/13, y'all. Stop playing. 8/13. That's my birthday. My king does everything by the book. So that's why I know this somebody, this your reading. Because I know my man crazy as hell, y'all. He is a fucking King of Swords. That man is the most disciplined man I've ever met in my life. I can't get him to do shit out of his schedule. It don't mean I don't try. I be fucking with him all the time, y'all. Because that's who I am, right? I honor who I am, and he honors who he is, right? Kings are self-disciplined. If my king say we gonna see each other next weekend, right? Because I got to work these next 2 weeks. It don't mean that I ain't gonna harass him these 2 weeks and say shit like, babe, what you doing, right? But he ain't gonna give in. That motherfucker be like, I told your ass next weekend, right? So I say this to say somebody, this how your person is. Yeah, it's timing. Somebody, whatever it is you've been waiting on, it's going to happen in a few days. It literally says, y'all, a few days, it's time. Act now. Why? I told you action is here, y'all, and indecision is here too. Them motherfuckers don't move just because you want them to move. They move when God says move. But guess what? Justice is here, y'all. It says doing what is right, integrity, fairness, and balance. What do we say, y'all, with this Libra moon? This is astrology, y'all. I tell you, there are 2 things that God left us for direction in our lives. Because there's only 2 things that God created. God created man, and God created the heaven and the stars. Everything else is resource material, y'all. And astrology is saying this motherfucker coming in. Why? Because he the goddamn magician. Girl, the magician and the 8 of Cups, y'all. Some taking place under this full moon energy. Right behind that is full moon. All right, I ain't even pulling it out, y'all. That's at the bottom. Something's taking place, y'all. I told y'all the full moon is on Sunday, y'all. 7 days. Remember, y'all, we was hearing Tony Braxton. 7 whole days. Something about to happen, y'all, in 7 days. Somebody, we got an Ace of Wands, vernal equinox, y'all. Timing, a few days. Knight of Cups. Following your heart, y'all. King of Cups and the fucking Queen of Cups back to back. Somebody in their feelings and emotions, y'all. I'm talking about that thing is, y'all got telepathy right now that's off the fucking chain. King and Queen of Cups, y'all, are 2 people who are connected in the heart, in the emotions, right? That's that Scorpio, Pisces energy, y'all. Very empathic, very intuitive. I'm telling you, y'all, there's a lot of psychic activity taking place between you and your masculine, and it's allowing them to see something about themselves. Somebody's very chivalrous. Somebody's horny with this damn Ace of Wands, y'all. Shut up, y'all. Somebody horny, y'all. Yeah, Page of Swords. Yeah, 4 of Swords. Somebody been sleeping and they've been getting a lot of downloads in their sleep. Somebody, your person has a thirst for knowledge now. Somebody been studying, y'all. Somebody has been studying. All right, someone could be a photographer. But somebody has been taking a break and really healing to recalibrate. See, somebody, your person hasn't been coming towards you, but they've been going within. What did I tell you, y'all? This is the journey to self, the magician in the mirror. That means you got to go in, y'all. The magic is when you can look at yourself, right? The magical moment, right, is when you can really look at yourself and say, you know what? I got to go within. I got to go within, right? 52 and 53, y'all. This is y'all. Stop playing. This is the magician and the high priestess. These are y'all. I told y'all, this is a psychic ass bond. We got the emperor and the empress, right? The king and queen of cups, right? Look, the magician and the goddess of the moon. That's y'all. Y'all asses be over here. Oh, okay. See, somebody, this is what you got to realize about the twin flame. Okay, this is very specific. For those who know for a shadow of a doubt, which many of y'all do because y'all follow me, that your person is your twin flame. What does that mean, y'all? Kingdom spouse. I don't like these fucking terms, y'all. All that means is that this is the person that God desired from you. From the very foundation of this goddamn world, this is who God desired for you, right? If this is your message, what you have to do, y'all, and many do not understand, except for those who are in union and past that point, right, is that you got to stabilize the 5D first. Everything happens in the 5D before it can get to the 3, right? And many divine feminine, you experience the telepathy way before they do, or you know what it is, I should say, way before they do. They don't know, y'all. That comes with a level of spiritual awakening, right? You know what all of it means. You know the signs, the synchronicities, the names. You know all of that shit, and you know exactly why it's happening. You know it all. They experience the very same thing, y'all, but they ignore that shit. They don't be knowing. They don't give a fuck, right? So until they accept the telepathy, until they accept that 5D, right, that y'all share, meaning that when I be mad at my king, y'all, that motherfucker called me one day. He said, babe, stop. You fucking up my day. And I said, no, you're fucking up our day because you pissed me off. So now I'm mad. So now when I'm mad, guess what? Your energy is fucked up. Your energy is fucked up because we share the same frequency, right? And he be, babe, stop. No, get your shit together. I'm not going to stop, right? But that's how it works, y'all. So you got to understand, but you got to know what that is and accept it, right? You got to accept it first. Then when you accept the 5D, that is when the 3D union stabilizes. That's when your person say, look, me and this motherfucker share the same soul at this point. This is how the kings think about it, y'all. This is how the men think about it. They be like, okay, damn it. Me and this motherfucker share the same soul at this point, right? At this point, I can't run if I wanted to. I can't detach. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop dreaming. I can't stop doing none of that. So I'm just going to have to pull back to recalibrate. Y'all share the soul frequency, y'all. You got to recalibrate. At the point the divine masculine accepts that they ain't going no fucking well because you ain't going no fucking well, right? Means that they got to say, okay, then how can we exist together, right? How can I not lose my freedom? I teach about that all the time, y'all. The men, they just don't want to lose their freedom. They want to be with you, but they don't want to lose themselves in you. And that's okay. Right? That's okay. But it does not mean that they get to be stuck in indecision, right? That's why indecision is here. Why? Because making that decision is attached to abundance, y'all. It is. God is not going to allow certain blessings. 83 or 38 could be significant. God is not going to allow certain blessings to take place until they make a decision in their life. You can't straddle the fence, y'all. So somebody, your person has been, they've been going within, y'all. 4 of Swords. Somebody's been going within to really take a break, y'all, and see what it is that they want. Yeah, 8 of Cups, y'all. 2 of Wands. Yeah, somebody's done made a decision, y'all, to walk away. I love it. You say that, y'all, and accept this, y'all. That thing says what? The Death card to the Ace of Coins. Why? God done told this divine masculine, y'all, that they got to make an internal change in order for them to flourish, for them to grow, even financially, y'all, with the Ace of Coins. Somebody knows that they got to have a new beginning. And I'm talking about security, abundance, or right? You'll meet someone new, y'all. I tell you, somebody, this could be you meeting someone new because you stabilize your own energy. Take it how it resonates. It doesn't have to be a relationship. This could be you now meeting a divine counterpart because you have now accepted the transformation that's taking place in your life. Somebody's made a decision to walk away, y'all, though. Two of Wands, Eight of Cups. Yeah, somebody's going within. They just needed to take some time to recalibrate. Now somebody wants to plan for the future. They've made a decision, y'all. Yeah. Somebody's been feeling emotionally unfulfilled in their life, and they know that it's time to move on and let go. Somebody's been taking this time to clear and purge their energy. See, somebody, you may feel like your person has been like staying away from you or keeping themselves away from you, but this is somebody who's been going through some type of transformation. Yeah, this is a rebirth, y'all, so that they can come in and present you with some type of offer with the Ace of Coins. Yeah, Two of Swords, Knight of Coins. See, somebody, your person made a decision. Somebody, horses are very significant. I don't know if you and your person want to go horseback riding. I keep seeing these damn horses. But I feel like you have also felt, yeah, because I heard my pace. My pace is slow. Somebody, you feel like you've been frozen also because the path was unclear between you and your person because your person has been at a stalemate. This is avoidance, y'all. Like somebody, you could definitely be dealing with an avoidant for sure, right? This is someone who is very conservative and practical, y'all, but they're very hardworking and protective as well. All right, but this is somebody who's very stubborn, y'all. That's why patience is here. With the damn Knight of Coins, y'all, you gotta be patient with this person. But I'm gonna tell you, somebody that shows up as the Knight of Coins, they are going to build. I heard built to last. What is that? Ford tough. Somebody, your person drives a Ford. Now I'm hearing Ford tough. I heard built to last, y'all. So somebody, your person has been going very slow, and it's made you sad, y'all. Your ass over here in the Five of Cups. You are. You sad. You a little sad. Yeah, Five of Coins. Damn, y'all. Five of Cups, Five of Coin. You feel left out of this person's life because now I'm hearing locked out of heaven. What is that? Bruno Mars? Yeah, somebody, you feel like you've been left out of your person's life. You feel like they've alienated you or rejecting you, and it is making you sad. But I feel like that's allowing you to, I heard, purge the last bits of your emotional baggage. See, somebody, you still have a little emotional, and it's not a lot. It's not a lot. Somebody can be born in 93, like you don't have a lot of emotional baggage, but you do, right? So I'm hearing in these 7 days, I want you to concentrate on stabilizing that and even asking God, right? To because it's like somebody, you do still have a small reaction, right? Like I'm hearing God say a small reaction when you're disappointed. And it's okay because God is saying it's not the reaction your ass used to have, right? So it is. So I'm hearing these next 7 days, I want you to focus on releasing some of the small, because you've been a little resistant, right, as well. So it's I feel like it's great, y'all. Right, 5-5 is here. You're in the fucking sun, right next to you, girl. Stop playing with the fucking lovers behind that. I could never make it up. Let me tell you the reason people don't like tarot, y'all. Because this shit is so fucking accurate. See, people can read the Bible, y'all, and they can run that shit in parables. They can. I'm just telling you what God's telling me right now, right? You can run that shit in parables and confuse the fuck out of people. It ain't no confusion with what the fuck I'm reading, y'all. It ain't no confusion. This shit's so on point for somebody, and that's why people despise this depth. This depth of prophecy. That's all it is, y'all. It's still prophecy, but it's depth. It's the fact that you can read something with such fucking accuracy that nobody can turn the message. People took the Bible, y'all, and they began to turn the fucking messages. You can't turn this shit, y'all. This shit flying up and lining up. I'm talking about it, y'all. It's flying out and lining up. Y'all, the sun, the lovers. God is saying, don't ever feel like you ain't finna win. My love, damn, y'all, this shit giving me the chills. That thing says 6 of Wands and the High Priestess. God says, recognize, y'all, 6 of Wands. Congratulations, y'all. Now I'm hearing Vesta. Congratulations, right? Congratulations, y'all. It says victory, success. Why? Because the High Priestess. See, let me tell you something about this journey, y'all. For the Divine Feminine, it's your journey to becoming a high priestess. It is your journey to listening to your intuition when people telling you, no, it don't make sense. No, that ain't your person. No, y'all shouldn't be together. It is the journey to you listening to God before any man. Stop playing that. Stop playing, y'all. Goddess of the moon, high priestess. That's your journey. See, the journey for the masculine is rest enough, y'all, so that they can become what? The magician in the mirror. But that's why they gotta rest. Men cannot listen to God as long as they working their ass off, y'all. They can't. So God, but God saying, congratulations, you ain't gotta worry about it, y'all. Girl, what's behind that? That thing say solar eclipse. I just heard 777, y'all. 1111. Yeah. Somebody, your whole life, God is saying, write this down. Your whole life, yeah, 93. Your whole life is going to be different in 6 months, y'all. See, this, I got another timing card. Oh, and behind that is the King of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune. What the fuck am I reading this morning? This shit is beautiful, y'all. Beautiful as fuck. I'm talking about this solar eclipse, y'all. This thing, somebody, there's a masculine in your life that may be struggling right now, but their life is going to look very different in 6 months. Or this is you, king. If you are a king listening to me, solar eclipse, that thing says about 6 months. Find your inner truth, catalyst for change, transformation. To the King of Coins, y'all. That thing says the ultimate provider. Kings, if y'all been struggling financially, I promise you, listen to me, y'all. I am not speaking because I am a woman. I am speaking because I am the mouthpiece of God. And God says, rest, y'all. Rest. Please rest so that you can get it, y'all. 6 months, you ain't gonna never have to work this hard again, y'all. It says dependable, successful, and it don't mean stop working. It means find balance. Give God one day, y'all. That's stupid. Wheel of Fortune is right behind that. Wheel of Fortune, y'all. But you gotta be able to rest, y'all. The plight for the divine feminine in the twin flame journey is to become the high priestess so that you can lead your king, y'all. If we think about royalty, hello, Queen of Kings, guidance. We kings and we queens, y'all. And the high priestess always was the advisor to the king, y'all, which means you got to be tapped into your intuition. And all of this journey for the divine feminine is developing your intuition. Can you listen to me above everybody? Because I listen to God, y'all, about my union. That's why we ain't been in those separations. I want to chop his head off some days. Hell, can I say that? Sorry. Right? He get on my nerves. He still get on my nerves, right? But we listen to God every day. I know I get on his nerves. Because he be like, she know I'm working. Why she sending me this message with a cute picture looking like scrumptious and shit? Knowing that he gonna want to run his ass all the way here. Because I'm your queen and I'm supposed to do stuff like that. Right? And it don't mean that he's supposed to run here. It's supposed to mean that he got to be a man of self-discipline, but that don't mean I don't get to honor what I want to do. Right? So you got to understand, y'all. But God says congratulations, y'all. Yeah. Somebody, you've been keeping it all in too. Yeah. And a lot of times you were suppressing your intuition, or you felt like you was missing some type of information here as well. But God is saying congratulations. Yeah, stop playing, y'all. Ace of Cups. This shit is beautiful this morning with the damn Temperance card behind that, y'all. I know you tired, divine feminine. This has been a test of your faith, y'all. Somebody, this has been a test of your faith, your courage, y'all. Yeah, 7 of coins. So that you can work on your own fertility, y'all. Somebody, you're going to persevere. Everything that you want is going to come to fruition, y'all. Yeah, all of this had to do with your patience, y'all. Balance, y'all. This is that Libra moon, right? This is that Libra moon. You can. I love that, Omar. I love that. How? And I think that's supposed to say, can a man work? Think about what he loves and what he wants. Balance. Because you can. Because let me tell you, thinking about the one that you love should motivate your work. But thinking about the one you love should allow you to take one day off, 2 days, whatever it is, to find balance, y'all. A real queen is never going to tell you not to work. But a real queen is also not going to want to be alone all the time, y'all. Like, I don't even know how to explain that, other than the fact that let me tell you, y'all, a lot of men, their biggest fear is trust, right? Trust and cheating and all of that shit. That shit don't happen as long as you keep your shit in balance, y'all. But the thing is, men don't want to balance it, and then they want to point the finger at women for not wanting to be there. Oh, you don't want to support me through my hustle. You don't want to be there for me. Hell no. A queen gonna always be there for her king, but she don't want to do that shit alone either. It's like shit, y'all. So what men gotta understand is that the queen is always going to support you. Your queen is always going to be loyal, but she does not want to feel like she's on an island alone. Why? Because she is loyal. So that means she's not talking to anybody else. She's not entertaining anybody else. That means if she a real queen, her friend circle probably pretty small, y'all, right? So a queen is never gonna ask you to give up your whole life to be with her, because she's not gonna give up her life to be with you. But what she is going to ask for is balance, y'all. Yeah, they do. I agree. They do. They do. They blame women. It's like, y'all don't want me to work. You don't want me to work. Who the fuck said that? Yo, raggedy ass karmics might have said that. Peasants might have said that. A real woman of God ain't going to tell you not to work. But a real woman of God going to say, Jesus rested one day. The fuck? Right? It's simple. It's simple, y'all. You ain't got to not work. But like today is a holiday. I'm going to tell you right now. Today is a holiday. Anyone that is working today and is not required to, you don't know how to sit your ass down. And that's sad, y'all. That's sad. You cannot give God one day. Like, I don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. I don't want to be that person. Yeah. Some's going to make progress, y'all, because I feel like we under this, the waxing moon, y'all, 2 weeks. All right, so this is I love this, y'all. So let me tell you, this is what I'm hearing God say. All right, this week, y'all, I think the first timing card was a few days, right? So in a few days, y'all, you can expect some type of contact from your person. From your masculine, within 6 months, their finances are going to change. Or this is for you masculines if y'all listening to me. All right. Something though, the union itself, I'm hearing God say in 2 weeks, y'all. It says 1 to 2 weeks, shifting consciousness, gaining strength, the final steps. So I do feel like God is let me tell you something about divine timing, y'all. God gonna tell you. Yes, that blue moon on the 31st, y'all. That's what this is. See, that blue moon energy is allowing the energetic shift between the masculine and the feminine to take place, y'all. So that's why you got to understand the masculine energy. That's why yin yang was here in the reverse, y'all. In a few days, I'm telling you, y'all, in a few days, because this week, y'all, is allowing the purge. It's the final purge of saying, right, this is my destiny. This is my path. If I remain stuck in indecision, I'm never going to have abundance, y'all, right? The decisions you make are the decisions that push you forward. But if you stay stuck in repeated cycles or patterns, you're never going to move forward. That ain't about a relationship. That's about your purpose, y'all. Right? That's about your purpose. And what we got to understand, people make it about relationship. It ain't about relationship. It's about your purpose. The divine feminine is always going to fulfill purpose with or without his ass. Let's be clear. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. Right? So you got to understand, y'all, God is changing the energy. God is changing the energy because the divine feminine is ready, y'all. Look, 6 of coins. 6 of coins, y'all. See, when the divine feminine becomes ready is what I'm hearing God say. You won't take anything less from anybody, including your man, your children, everybody, y'all. I have a certain standard in my life now. I don't take less than what I desire from anyone. And I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to stop asking, right? I am always going to stand on what it is that I desire, because that's who we are as the divine feminine. Talk about loud, I can hear. I left it right down on the table. Did she hear it? Okay. It should be right on the table in the front room. All right. So the 6 of coins, y'all, is your own kindness. And again, y'all, this is balance. Beautiful. All right. Somebody, you can have a Taurus moon. All right. But this is balance, y'all. The Hermit. Yeah, I love this, y'all. Somebody, your masculine, though, has been paralyzed by fear. That's what this is, y'all. Somebody, or this could be you. Somebody's been paralyzed by fear. Yeah, the world. But that shit is done. Say that shit. I'm talking about, y'all, anytime we do get a card, God says, but it's over. Simple, y'all, but it's over. Every 2 of them that come out, y'all, it says the end of a chapter, y'all. Someone was self-absorbed. They were. You got a masculine who was self-absorbed, right? So they were isolating themselves, right? But let me tell you, y'all, people who are self-absorbed and isolate themselves, that's that ghosting, y'all. That's that breadcrumbing. It's really because they don't have power, because they feel powerless. See, you got to think of how energy works in the divine feminine energy. Your energy is powerful. So when you meet your divine masculine, that shit make them feel powerless, child. That shit make them feel like they ain't got no power. They be like, who is this woman? Where she come from? So what they do to regain their footing, right, or their sense of having power, is to ghost you, to breadcrumb you, to not give you attention. They ass know they want you. You a divine feminine. Everybody wants you. Stop playing, y'all. You the divine feminine. Everybody wants you. They want you too. That's why they watch your story. That's why they do little things, right? But they have to understand that that is ego and that is power, y'all. Somebody, your person was a little self-absorbed. They were. They were absolutely self-absorbed. Yeah. And they were also paralyzed by fear. But God said, you finna get a new chapter. That's the end of a chapter, y'all. Yeah. That chapter is over with, y'all. Yeah. Ten of Swords. Yeah. Somebody had to leave somebody, y'all. 1111. All right. This could be you or your masculine, y'all. See, the Fool is here. Somebody, there's a new beginning, but something had to end. This is a final chapter. What is this energy? Hold on, y'all. What I want to clarify with. Oh, I ain't used my, let me get my double deck out, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm going to clarify this Fool with the star. Let me clear some of this because y'all know I don't like getting my cards all mixed up. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's tap in. Welcome to the live, y'all. I am the Lady Empath. 1111, y'all. I'm live. I want what we said? The Ten of Swords and the Fool, y'all. Let me pull these two out. Let me clear. All right, I'm live every morning, y'all. All right, for your daily guidance. We start off with astrology. That's my hair, right? Yeah, that's your hair. Yeah. We start off with astrology. All right, and then whatever comes out really after that, which is usually love, y'all, because I am a twin flame coach, y'all. I believe in divine unions. I don't care about the terminology. I do believe that God has ordained certain people in this world to be together, right, so that they can facilitate God's plight on this earth. And it ain't had shit to do with going to get people saved and knocking on people's doors talking about Jesus coming. It has everything to do with living your life in demonstration of who God is, y'all, through unions, through two people being able to say, I can put my ego aside enough to come together and build the new earth reality. Simple. Right? Because all of it is ego, y'all. That should be ego. The reason men and women cannot come together is because everybody want to be right. Don't nobody want to compromise. Everybody want everything to be out of balance, right? So you got to realize that shit, if people just want what they want, it's a selfish ass world. But we can't live in a selfish world, y'all. Living in a selfish world is the scales of balance. That's that Libra energy. And that's the world we live in. But that don't mean that's the world we're supposed to live in, y'all. All right, so somebody, I feel like something has had to come to an end, though. Yeah, illusions is at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Damn, okay, God. This side? Okay, let me shuffle. All right, y'all, so there's an ending. The final chapter, all right, it's coming now, y'all. This is Gemini. All right, the Ten of Swords. Someone could have a Gemini sun. All right, or it's now, y'all, because we are definitely in Gemini season, y'all. All right, what is this energy? There's a final chapter of breaking down. What is this breakdown? Divorce, y'all. Yeah, y'all. Somebody, you about to find out. Somebody finna spill all the beans, y'all. Somebody, you drinking coffee? Yeah, girl, the cat's out the bag, y'all. Somebody is untrustworthy. And this is either in your life or your person's life, y'all. Somebody, the cat's out the bag. Somebody, you got a red comforter. I'm seeing like red, yeah. Somebody, oh, y'all, damn, coming to light. I cannot back to back, y'all. Yeah, it says finding out. Something's about to change. Somebody found out something. Yeah, somebody's been, somebody got purple hair. Somebody is obsessed. Somebody's obsessed with either you or your person. What is this energy? Yeah, it's cuffing season, y'all. Yeah. Somebody, your person has been tiptoeing or avoiding the conversation about someone else in their life. All right, somebody been obsessed with your person, y'all. Take it how it resonates. I feel like you might feel like your person has been sneaking around or they've been acting shady, but it is somebody who's been obsessed with them. Wanting them, yeah, nurturing wisdom. This could be someone from their past. Yeah, shit me. Somebody fed up, y'all. Whoever this is, they fed up and frustrated with somebody that they were given to. Yeah, protecting my energy is your channel song. This could be a childhood friend or a person that they grew up with. This could even be children, y'all. Shit, somebody been nurturing people though, and they fed up with it. Like it's like I cannot nurture these people or this situation anymore. Is what I'm hearing God say. See, somebody, your person is ready for a relationship, and I feel like they were not at first. Or this could be you, right? Maybe you wasn't ready for a relationship, but now you are. But you can no longer tiptoe around certain situations in your life. You can't get in a relationship until you learn how to nurture yourself, y'all. Somebody fed up, y'all. Look, we giving to other people. All of them feel like, look, bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Somebody want a second chance. They've had an epiphany and they was ghosting you, y'all. Damn, all of that fell out. I ain't have to show for that shit. Look, I'm somebody named Felicia. Yes, your person like, no, thank you, next, y'all. See, all of this ghosting, someone's had an epiphany, a breakthrough, y'all, that ghosting you was the coward's way out. That's all it is. Somebody is saying they took the coward's way out instead of just telling you what was taking place in their life. I heard I took the coward's way out. Yeah. They took the coward's way out instead of just telling you. Someone's had an energy shift though, a sudden wake up call. Yeah, about the karmics. I could never make it up. I'm telling you, y'all. Somebody's had a realization about the people around them, karmics, y'all, and now they fed up with these crazy ass people. Somebody, they've learned a lesson, y'all. This has been a lesson in third party haters. Third party haters, y'all. Look, the whole squad, close friends. I ain't know. I'm talking about it, y'all. The whole squad. Somebody got pigs around them. And now they want a soul tribe. And that soul tribe includes you. Someone could be from the Bahamas. I'm seeing blue water. I heard Antigua, right? Somebody wants a reconciliation. They feel like you are part of their soul tribe. But they had to realize something about the karmic people they had around them first. And that's why you guys had to be on pause, y'all, because somebody been suffering in silence. They got a lot of unspoken desires, but you finna enter a new phase, y'all. See, somebody's changed their mind and now they're rising from the ashes, y'all. Stop playing. Why? Because this your twin. I could never make it up. Yeah, you will never find sunshine until you open the curtains. Somebody, you need to open the curtains in your house. Somebody, you got blackout curtains. Now, let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with blackout curtains at night. Open your goddamn curtains. Don't nobody want to be sitting in a dark ass house. What be wrong with y'all? Do y'all know I didn't even have curtains across the whole front of my house until everybody else that come to my house be concerned with if people can see in? And I keep telling them, no, people can't see in. But whatever. Somebody, this is your twin flame. This your person. I told you, telepathic, spiritual, magnetic, divine connection. This is your person, y'all. And y'all are finna enter a new phase because this is someone who's now had an epiphany about the karmic ass people around them. But they've been wearing this damn mask and suffering in violence and not telling you because they want your ass, y'all. What I tell you about that damn passion? Y'all know this energy been coming out for the whole week, y'all. This goddamn passion, y'all. Insane chemistry, sparks. Let me tell you, y'all. Divine Feminine, if you have had a spike in your own sacral energy, meaning you horny as hell, that's your damn man. Stop playing, y'all. That mean they stupid, y'all. They will sit their horny asses over there, send you all of this sexual energy. You feel like your whole soul about to catch on fire. You don't know why you so damn horny, cause they asses over there playing peekaboo and shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. Somebody, your person over there playing peekaboo and shit, and you wondering why the hell you about to blow up. I'm hearing inferno, like inferno, y'all. Look at all of this passion and fire between y'all. Stop playing. You got a whole inferno, but then he be wanting to act like he ain't horny. Stop playing, y'all. Men crazy as hell. Look, acting like ain't nothing going on. Antisocial, knowing his ass over here about to burn up. Look, silent treatment, y'all. Somebody ain't saying shit, but they over there about to blow up, y'all. Horny as hell. That's your damn twin flame. Look, I'm talking about can't get enough of your feminine energy. Now I'm here, can't get enough of your funky stuff. I think that's an old song, y'all. Can't get enough of your funky stuff. Stop playing, y'all. Feminine energy, twin flame. This man can't get enough of you. He just crazy as hell, y'all. Somebody, your person is a little touched. Now they just a little crazy, y'all. So they sitting over there silent, wearing a mask, stressed the fuck out, tension, headaches. Somebody, you could be having migraines because your person is having tension headaches, y'all. Somebody, you could be stressed out because that motherfucker stressed out, y'all. Somebody got tension. They going through all kind of shit, heartbroken and shit. Yeah. Somebody, your person is hurt though. They are grieving is what I'm hearing God say. Something is coming up in their memory. Somebody been doing a lot of reflecting on their past. They keep holding on to experiences of hurt from their past. Somebody's also been thinking about a passed on loved one. Somebody, if your person had a friend that passed away, this person has been visiting them in dreams, is what I'm hearing God say. They've been taking a lot of trips down memory lanes, or this is you, right? Somebody's been trying to tell them in the dreams, though, that they can't sabotage what God has put together. See, somebody, your person has a pattern of sabotaging relationships because of their own trust issues and fear. Somebody, I'm hearing, is coming to them in a dream, and they're telling them to take action, y'all, to grow and expand and pursue the opportunities that they have with you. This could be a grandmother or a great grandmother or a grandfather. I'm seeing a pocket watch, y'all. See, somebody, the world is here, a new cycle, y'all. This is karmic completion. Somebody, you could have a red car, a Ferrari could be significant. Yeah. There's going to be some type of success here as well, y'all. A lot of security and wealth. All right, a lot of security and wealth. Somebody had to look in the mirror, and they understand now that this was a one-sided relationship, y'all. Yeah, I'm telling you, the memories keep coming out, y'all. Somebody looking at pictures. Paris could be significant. Rome could be significant. Somebody, you and your person travel. Y'all could have met on a trip, or y'all traveled the world together. But somebody's thinking heavily about how one-sided this relationship has been. And now they want to surrender, y'all. 8 of Cups. I love it. Somebody wants to surrender. This is purging, y'all. It's an emotional release. Somebody, if you've been feeling emotional lately, it's your person, y'all. They've been purging a lot. Yeah. Somebody's been releasing whatever the stuck energy is so that they can walk away. Somebody wants happiness with you, y'all. 8 of Cups. All right, let me get out of this energy. Damn, y'all. Yeah, sudden realization. I'm talking about, okay, let me tell you this, Divine Feminine. I'm going to get into your advice because I want to switch up the messages to career. All right. But let me tell you, this has been a long haul, Divine Feminine, right? But your masculine has had a light bulb moment, y'all, a sudden realization. I know you feel trapped, and you do feel, right, like you don't have an option, right? But somebody is now understanding that they want long-term investment, long-term intentions. God says smell the roses. All right, get your ass out there today, y'all. Go out there, smell the roses. Take your time. Get out in nature, y'all. Today is a holiday, right? Because there is some type of chaos that's going on, right, in the masculine energy, where they can no longer doubt, right, what it is that God is telling them. They have to now be able to build the structure. You got to build it, y'all. It says build, balance. What do we say, y'all? This is that Libra, moon Libra energy. Somebody is tired, y'all. They exhausted, tired, y'all, burnt out. What did I tell you? Remember, we had double rest and rejuvenation, right? Double rest and rejuvenation. So the masculine energies are now they burnt out, y'all. And it's a lot of chaos. It's a lot of upheaval, and they can no longer run. It's no more quick getaways. It's no more escaping, right? Or they will miss the opportunity, y'all. Missed opportunity is here. So I'm telling you, somebody wants to build the foundation and balance it. All right, slow and steady wins the race, y'all, because somebody is overcoming. Yeah, you're being called to remember. All right, Divine Feminine, you're being called to remember, right? Collective in general, right? We are all being called to remember. Why the hell are you here, right? Why the hell are you here? It says getting past the conflict, spiritual awakening. There's an inner shift. All right, there is an inner shift that's taking place within the collective at this time. God damn, I'm done. Nope, I do not want to talk about the snake. Nope, the snake came out. We don't want to talk about the snake. All right, let's see, y'all. Welcome to the live, y'all. I said, nope, we ain't talking about the snakes. I don't want to hear about no goddamn snake. The snake come out the deck. We ain't talking about the snakes today. The snakes can go and get it. We don't care. All right, y'all. So what do we need to look out for this week? All right, let's talk about it. All right. All right, what do we need to look out for this week, y'all? Let's talk about it. All right, love readings are still on special for the rest of this month. All right, if you would like your love reading, do not forget when you book the love reading to let me know your name, your person's name, and if y'all are in union or separation. All right, that's all I need to know, right? Oh, and the number of years, though, because some of y'all have been together for a long time. All right, so let me know how long y'all been together. Now, if you in separation, it's separation. All right, and it doesn't matter, y'all. I read the energy regardless, but it allows me to be a little more detailed. All right, but I don't need nothing else. All right, y'all. I want to do this Faces of Oshun. All right, so we can see what is now in store for the collective, y'all. This week is going to be a week to purge. All right. Reach the purge. I love it. In union. I love it. I tell you, y'all, not everybody be in separation. There are many of the divine chosen ones that are in union, y'all. We just be figuring that shit out with y'all. Hell, everybody have to. It's like, yeah, like just affirmation. I call it spiritual maintenance, y'all. Like everybody needs spiritual maintenance. And every now and then, even when we're married, we're in union, we're in life partnerships, right? Whatever it is, your men still go through stuff, y'all. Right? The masculine, they're always gonna go through stuff. That's why you always have to operate in your high priestess energy so that you can help guide them. All right, what does my divine feminine need to know at this time? Yes, I love that. Clean out what no longer resonates. All right, y'all. Ooh, Oshun of mercy. All right, your ancestors are now coming to govern this, y'all. It says Oshun of the ancestors. Somebody, you have a sacred lineage, right? And you have this belonging to a family. And because you have now ushered yourself into surrender, y'all, June 26th could be significant. I'm seeing 626. All right. Your ancestors want you to show yourself more compassion. I show yourself more forgiveness. Show yourself more empathy, y'all. All right, this is Oshun of the ancestors. What is this message? Yeah, so your ancestors are now supporting you through your own desires, y'all. The things that you desire. This is the number 10. June 10th or October 6th could be significant. So now this is about you, right, moving forward towards your passion. All right, gear it up today, y'all. All right, if you are off today and you are a creator, start writing down, map out a plan, y'all. Start journaling. What is it that you desire for yourself, right? What is it? Yeah, your third eye. All right, is being illuminated today, y'all. This is real-time energy, your daily astrology, especially if you're off work today. All right, you're gonna receive a lot of insight. Your intuition is on 10, y'all. Your vision, right? Your third eye is open, right? So listen to it. All right, listen. Your ancestors are guiding you every step of the way, y'all. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok, y'all. I posted a TikTok reel yesterday, y'all, and I was delivering a message. I think it was called "Why Not Me," right? And in that message, child, I had a butterfly come through. Two cardinals was sitting on the gate as I was delivering the message, right? So, and a feather. And I was walking through my backyard and found a feather, y'all. So I say that to say your ancestors, God, the universe, Gaia, is always communicating, y'all. Always, right? You just got to understand it, right? It's always communicating. And somebody now you're understanding, right? The third eye awakening that's taking place within you. All right. Oshun of harmonic balance. Beautiful, y'all. That's what we just talked about. It was white and gray. It was kind of like this one, except it was wet. I keep this one here, right? It was kind of like this one, but I left it out back. Yeah, this is one I found, I think, in my front yard somewhere. I don't know where I found this one at. All right, y'all. But we're talking about Libra. All right, so with this moon now moving into Libra, it is this, y'all. Beautiful. It's balance, y'all. It's balance. Right? So you got to understand, it says harmony, inner peace, and synchronicity. What did I say, y'all? Ooh, pay attention. Please pay attention to the universe today, y'all. With all of these synchronicities and the healing energy that's taking place, let me tell you something about my divine union, y'all, and my life. It ain't even just my union, it's my life. God shows me every day. It's nothing really that surprises me anymore, except for the fact that God surprises me, because I still be surprised, because I be like, damn, God, you said that was going to happen, right? Damn, God, and it is, y'all. Like, you live your life in a way that you listen to God. Even when it's a surprise, it is, but it isn't. It's a surprise because you are surprised at the accuracy of God in your life. You be like, damn. Yeah, your feathers, I found, yep, white and gray. Yep. So it is, y'all. Gray means compromising and control, and the light means pure. I love that, Bridget. I love that. Yeah. Right? So that's what it is, y'all. So somebody, you're orchestrating more balance, right, in your life. All right. And it's allowing for a third eye awakening too, y'all. Because remember, you can't follow your intuition and listen to God when your life is out of balance. You can't, y'all. You cannot. Your third eye be talking about what? Right? God, what you say? right? Because you out of balance. So a lot of times we have to be able to find that balance. All right, somebody, you could be a life path 9. All right, but you're finding more balance in your life. All right, make sure y'all join us on the Discord, y'all. I do have coming up this week on the 31st, y'all. We will have a full moon. All right, we will have a full moon on live where we can just talk about what the full moon energy is bringing in. All right, on the full moon, I got to decide what time. All right, I may do it during the 10:10 live, right? Because you know I do lives on Sunday anyway, so I may just do it then, or I may do it later in the day. All right. We also have an ancestral healing session coming up. I'm inviting in an ancestral therapist. All right, she is a licensed therapist and she deals with ancestral wounds and healing. That will be on the Discord. All right, so y'all gotta join Discord. Those things are free. All right, I bring those to the collective for free as being a member on Discord. All right, what is this last message here before we get ready for the advice? All right, it says, I love it, y'all. Oshun cleansing rain. All right, the number 13, y'all. All right, I'm born on the 13th. You could be born on the 13th. God is clearing some stuff and then giving you the key, y'all. Look at that beautiful woman with that key. Stop playing, y'all. Somebody, whatever the rain is that's taking place in your life right now, is really just clearing it out, y'all. It's being clear. It's clearing things out. Thank you, Debbie, for subscribing. Hey, Coach, Unique. Hey, Coach. Thank you, Debbie, for subscribing. Hey, make sure y'all subscribe, y'all. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the 31st. All right, we at like 4,900 and something, y'all. All right, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. All right, Oshun, y'all. All right, cleansing, rain. And when it happens, y'all, now you finna get y'all, stop playing. Yes. 1336. Oshun of unlocked gates, freedom, breaking barriers, and unleashing potential. You have the key, y'all, to unleash the potential within you. All right, sometimes it got to rain a little bit, y'all. I hear don't despise the rain, though. All right, you cannot despise the rain because guess what? Through the rain grows the flowers, right? Through the rain, right, grows the flowers. And a lot of time, y'all, hell, we don't like that wet grass. Wet grass make you a little itchy, y'all. I'm saying wet grass. Wet grass make you a little itchy, y'all, right? But that grass got to grow. All right, the grass got to grow. So somebody, there's an emotional release that's taking place in your life. The other one, okay, hold on. God said the other day. All right, there is an emotional release. Oh, yeah. I am proud of who I am, y'all. That's the affirmation song that's on. I am proud of who I am. God wants you to be proud of who you are, y'all, and even more so proud of who you are becoming, right? A lot of times, you know, it's hard to move on, y'all. Wow, move on is at the bottom of the deck. It's hard to move on, y'all, but you are a survivor, right? You are a survivor. Somebody, you survived a lot worse. Right? So be proud of who you are, y'all. Yeah, it's your humility. Somebody, you could be seeing owls. All right, you could be hearing owls a lot. It's your humility, y'all. It says move on. In order to gain closure and healing for ourselves, we must move on from things, people, and situations we cannot change. All right, you are a survivor. When everyone counted you out, you made it through because you're a survivor, hurt cancer survivor, right? So God is saying he has empowered you with humility. Right? He has empowered you, y'all, with humility. It says empowered humility, right? Life has a funny way of teaching us humility, y'all. However, the greatest lesson to learn from our tests and trials is not to be bitter, but to be greater. Somebody, you just had to learn a tough lesson, y'all. I'm telling you. Yeah, like somebody, you just had to learn a really tough lesson, but it's teaching you some things too. Don't be bitter at the people around you because whatever happened, it made you better. Right? I ain't bitter at the people I had to cut off. At this point, I done blocked my mama, my sister. I blocked everybody. I don't give a fuck. Y'all, I don't. Right? At the point you realize that you just cannot be around certain people when you raise your damn vibration, then you don't be bitter. You just allow those situations to make you better because now you are empowered. It says be empowered today to take back control of your own life and your own destiny. I love it, y'all. It takes us full circle. At the very beginning, I talked about the fated life versus the destined life. Fate is because of circumstances. And there are circumstances in your life that you cannot control. That is fate, but that does not mean it is your destiny. right? You got to own your destiny. And that's where God desires you to be. And that comes with what, y'all? I could never make it up. Following your intuition. Follow your intuition, y'all. If you have not liked the video, give it a double tap, y'all. Let's get that over 100 as well. All right, follow your intuition, y'all. Your intuition is leading you somewhere, y'all. Your intuition. Look, and God is saying, no mud, no lotus. Shit, everything that you lost, y'all. Everything that you lost. That thing says no mud, no lotus. You ain't lose anything, y'all. You gain the world. All you had to do was start listening to your intuition. It says, take a note from the beautiful lotus, which defies the mud and murky water, to rise to the water's surface to show its beauty. Overcome adversity by blooming where you are. Somebody, you simply made the decision to bloom where you were. You decided to say, you know what? I'm not going to wait till I get to a certain point. I'm not going to wait till I graduate. I'm not going to wait till I feel better. I'm not going to wait till my health better. I'm not going to wait till my children better. I'm not going to wait. I am going to bloom where I am. When you make that decision, y'all, God honors that decision. Somebody, you lost a lot, but it's okay. Sometimes we must lose things and people, y'all, to appreciate them and their value. Then other times we must lose to gain, right? So you have to evaluate the loss, because was it really a loss, y'all? All right, let's talk about a little career. All right, somebody, you got a key. It says, Oshun, unlock gates. All right, somebody, the only limitations in your career are you. Yep, the only limitation. It says, let go of your worries, fear, and doubt. All right, it's time for you to celebrate. Somebody, you're finna get a new job. It says celebration. Plan for a joyful future. All right, kick off the party, y'all. Somebody could be a party planning business, is what I just heard. All right, but somebody, you are. I don't know why I heard silent disco. Silent disco, child. You a silent disco DJ? I don't know, y'all. All right, but whatever it is, you finna move up. I got moving up. It says go to the next level. All right, career is on the rise. Somebody, you finna get a new offer. Tomorrow, somebody, you got a meeting tomorrow. It says new offers and opportunities. Salary increase. All right, go to the next level. Yeah, somebody, you got an idea. I'm talking about it, y'all. Somebody, you got an idea, right? That is going to take you literally to the next level. I love it. Right? I love it. Yeah. Fast changes, y'all. Y'all, somebody, this is going to happen fast. This thing say fast changes and bright ideas. Somebody, I don't know what this idea, and I just heard new idea, right? So I don't know if God is giving you a renewal on an old something or if it's a new idea, y'all. But somebody, God said, you got to take action right now, because that shit going to take off fast, y'all. It says fast changes. Take bold steps forward. And you're going to appreciate it, right? Like somebody, I also heard God say you are now learning how to appreciate your light. Somebody, you didn't always appreciate your light. You didn't. You thought it was weird, y'all. Yeah, it's your spiritual work. Y'all stop playing. Somebody, you finna do a spiritual work, and you used to be ashamed of your light because you felt like you were weird. Now, that shit is real acceptable, y'all. Stop playing. You can't even turn on TV today. You'll turn on anything, y'all, and see a spiritualist, a Reiki, a sound bath, tarot cards. This shit's going mainstream. And if people are still small-minded, they will be stuck in small-minded thinking, y'all. It ain't nothing you can't turn on these days, and you hearing something about spiritual community. Somebody, you finna have spiritual work, and it's going to bring you a lot of wealth and a lot of success. A lot of wealth and success, y'all. It says spiritual work, fast changes. All right, so somebody, you can experience some type of fast change in your career, and it is. It's going to lead you to a lot of success. You are on the right track. Yeah, my feet are tingling. I don't know why the hell my feet vibrating. All right, but somebody, yeah, you keep up the great work. Yo, because you walking on these coins. Stop playing, y'all. I said my feet are tingling, and I looked at the card, y'all. This woman is walking on coins. And after that came what? More coins, y'all. Somebody, you finna walk into a level of generational wealth that your family ain't never seen. It was waiting for you. You had the key, y'all. Look at her with that beautiful key. Somebody, your family is in lack and poverty because it's been waiting on you to unlock it. Sometimes you be talking about why my mama them ain't doing better, why my cousin them ain't doing better, why my grandma them ain't doing better, because you hold the key to generational wealth and success. And it's coming through a partnership, y'all. Somebody, it could be a partnership. It says joining forces with business partner for a win-win. All right, because let me tell you, y'all, coming together, it helps save y'all. And let me tell you, even when we're talking about divine unions, it makes no sense to me, y'all. If you got two people struggling, now it's one thing, y'all, if you rich, you wealthy, and y'all aren't struggling. But I'm gonna tell you, if you got two people that are struggling and y'all are in relationships and y'all won't simply like just move in together, the fuck are you doing? That's stupid, right? So I'm gonna tell you again, these partnerships, a lot of y'all, it's contradictory to what it is that God wants, because he's struggling over there trying to pay bills, you struggling over there trying to pay bills, and all y'all got to do is come together and save. That's partnership, y'all. That's partnership, y'all. That's partnership. And a lot of times people don't, they despise partnership because they feel like partnership breaches their independence. Partnership don't breach your independence. You are absolutely an independent whole person. What it does is give you mind power. Say that shit, God. Mind power, y'all. Now you can put two brains together, save money, and do what it is that you need to do. All right, somebody, this could be a business partnership. All right, but it says use your intelligence, analyze data, logic, and think rationally. Lead with your mind. Does it make sense, y'all, to be living in two separate places, y'all? Yeah, look, y'all cannot make it up, y'all. This thing say looking in resources. See, a lot of times, y'all, we are looking for resources that God has already given you. It's right in your hand, y'all. Somebody, you already got what it is that you're looking for, is what I just heard God say. It says seeking you will find. Resources, y'all, whatever these resources is. Right? Whatever these resources is, you got to look and you got it. Be grateful for what you have, y'all. I cannot make it up. Somebody, you got to be grateful for what it is that you have, or you ain't going to have nothing, y'all. That thing says resources. Somebody, you got it. You just unaware of it. Yeah, you got it. All right, somebody, you're job searching. God says negotiate it. All right, because there is competition. All right, this is for somebody I'm hearing on a job search. There is competition, y'all. All right, because this is a competitive ass market, y'all. People ain't got jobs now. Stop playing, y'all. People ain't got jobs. So if you are on the job search, you gonna have to compromise a little bit, y'all. You might not be able to get that top salary. Okay, you might not, you might have to negotiate because there's a lot of competition. All right, somebody, you thinking about selling insurance? God says no. No, it's in the reverse. Somebody, you want credit repair? God says no, it's in the reverse. Let me tell you something, y'all. Okay, if you want business advice, y'all, follow the Lady CPA on Instagram. That's who I am, y'all. All right. Look me up, Google it, child. Put your other little screen up and Google the Lady CPA. That's me. Let me tell you about these, y'all. This shit don't make you no money. I don't want to see no other person waste money trying to sell fucking insurance, right? And credit repair services. That's stupid. That does not make you money. How many $99 subscribers people can you get that need credit repair? This day and age, people can't afford to pay somebody to fix their credit. That's why they just call and negotiate it themselves, y'all. That's stupid. Insurance, that ain't no real money unless you own the agency. If you own the insurance agency, then do that damn thing. If you do not, stop making them people all that money talking about you selling insurance. That's stupid. Oh, child. Oh my God. Career reading, y'all. Career reading. Yeah. See, somebody, you're an entrepreneur. Where's that light bulb that was in this other deck, y'all? That just came out. Look, light bulb. Somebody, you got a hell of an idea. I'm talking about it, y'all. Somebody, you got a hell of an idea when it comes to career. And it has something to do with entrepreneurship and it's wisdom, y'all. 909. All right? 909. CPA, not COA. CPA. All right? It said it's 909, y'all. 9 is wisdom. Wisdom, y'all. Yeah. All right. We got debt coming out. Somebody, you in too much debt. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, if you thinking about resigning or retiring, God is saying, not right now. You got too much debt. All right, you gotta somebody, you gotta wait. It ain't time. I don't know what to tell you. It ain't time though. You got too much debt. Oh, see, somebody, you feel like you in a toxic work environment and you ready to leave. This may not be it might just be quitting, y'all. Either resign, retire because of a toxic work environment. But God is saying you got too much debt for that. You gotta look at what you owe. Y'all, God says do things in wisdom. Wisdom, y'all. Wisdom. It's just not time. See, deadlines is in the reverse. It's not saying that you cannot do it eventually, but it's not time right now, y'all. Somebody, you got to look at your bills. I'm seeing March 2018 could be significant. March 1st could be significant as well. All right. But somebody, you got, it's just not time. I'm sorry. You got too much debt. If them people toxic, y'all ignore their ass. Right? Let me tell you, if you working in a toxic environment, I don't care. You ain't got to deal with people in their bullshit. Tune them people out, y'all. I had to work 2 years, 4 years, honestly. I had to work 4 years in corporate accounting. I hated that shit. But I started my firm, y'all. I started in corporate accounting. This corporate accounting job I started in 2005. In 2009, I left them people job and started my own firm. But I started my firm in 2007. I worked on their job 2 years while building up my firm. I walked away from that job in 2009 and I ain't never looked back. My firm is now 19 years old, y'all, fully staffed, and I can come do this shit in the mornings. I ain't even got to work, y'all. My firm, I scaled it. My accounting manager and my bookkeepers deal with it, and I ain't even really client facing unless it's my celebrity clients. If they ask ain't a celebrity client, I don't talk to nobody. So I'm gonna tell you, if you get a toxic work environment, ignore them damn people. And know what your end goal is, right? You know what your end goal is, and it ain't them. Y'all be going to work for people. Don't nobody give a fuck about them people. Get your goddamn check and take your ass home. Somebody, you finna get unexpected income. It could be coming through cryptocurrency. Let me tell you about this, y'all. We're going to have this coming up in Discord in June. All right, I'm going to have one of my colleagues who does investments. She's a female investor called the Dividends Queen. She's going to come to the Zoom, y'all, in Discord to talk about investing. See, this woman takes trips, y'all, on her dividends. She don't pay for nothing. It's investments. Now, the market is horrible right now, but that's actually a good thing, y'all, because everything in this world is cyclical. So that's why y'all got to join us, y'all. All right. I'm going to do a thing on this. All right. Somebody, you're going to get unexpected income, and it could just be through your Bitcoin, crypto, or investments. You just got to understand how to invest wisely. All right, y'all. Yep. Payday is right behind that, and vacation. Somebody, you need to schedule a vacation on your next payday. I don't care if you only take $250 and go find one of them damn y'all know them things. You know, I live in Orlando. Y'all know how y'all can book one of them little 99 timeshare things. Go and pay them people $99 and sit through that boring ass shit. At least you get a vacation, y'all. Stop playing. At least you get a vacation, y'all. All right, y'all, let me get your advice. All right, let me get your advice. I pray y'all have a beautiful day, y'all. I'm gonna get my hair braided. All right, get my hair braided today, y'all. All right, let me get you some love advice, and then I'm going to get you regular advice, and then I'm going to get out of your way. All right, I will be back here in the morning. All right, 7:15. All right, I have plenty of readings on the channel. All right, if you are new, welcome in. All right, I post other content as well. All right, so you can check out the other content because I probably will not get to load new content today because I'm getting my hair braided. All right, but you can check out the other readings that you have not listened to on the channel. All right, let me get love advice, then general advice. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats, y'all. The thanks. All right, thank you for the gifts as well. Love advice first. All right. All right, if you are looking for love advice for today, all right, this is your advice. Beautiful. I love that card. I saw it right at the bottom, y'all. I love that. That's one of my favorite cards. I love the colors. All right, hot air balloons, y'all. It says flying high. All right, so I'm telling you, y'all, ascend. All right, ascend the passion, y'all. This is the passion. I'm talking about it. All right, allow the ascension, all right, to take place in your love lives. All right, allow it to take place. All right. Ooh, damn, y'all. I don't know what the hell going on with your person. Somebody just need to go on and do it. Shit. God, y'all just need to go on and get your rocks off. Dang. Attraction. Burning bright, y'all. Intimacy. Somebody, y'all need intimacy. Golly. Yeah, I'm talking about that thing say having great chemistry are able to manifest love. Okay, y'all, you got to understand, and most men don't understand it. Most men think women are like horny animals. They do, y'all. They do, especially if you've already a woman who's gone through your awakening, and especially if you are a woman of a certain age, y'all. They just think women just, y'all, Women are not just horny. It's manifestation, y'all. It really is. And what you gotta realize is that you and your divine counterpart will have great chemistry. But that is how you manifest love, y'all. That is how you manifest abundance. It's the chemistry between you and your person. It's the intimacy, y'all. It is the intimacy. So I don't know, y'all. Your advice, child, you might need to be a little more into it. Yep, nurture and grow. And then right timing. All right, advice. Attend to your bond with love and patience. Beautiful. Trust, support, y'all. Have faith and wait until you find the right one if you are single. All right, it says hold on. Love yourself and it will come soon. All right, so if you're single, it's about right timing. All right, fluttering heart. It says enjoy the romance and decide if you want more. All right, and today it is about future planning, y'all. That's that Libra energy. Today is about future planning. What is it that you want when it comes to love? And if you want more, then you got to plan for it, y'all. Yeah, I love it. Stay vigilant in your advice. Set clear boundaries. All right, when it comes to relationships, break free, y'all, from stress and any toxic relationships. Know your worth. Somebody, you're going to get a new path. If you felt like you've been this caged bird when it comes to love, you're going to get a new path. But you got to do the work and you got to know your worth. Know your worth, y'all. You got to break free from any stress and toxic relationships. Set clear boundaries, y'all. All right. Set clear boundaries. Be aware of healthy relationships. All right. Somebody long term. You got to put in the investment. If you want to grow old together, this takes work, y'all. All right. Growing old together, that takes work, y'all. Having the fortitude to create a lasting love. You create what it is that you want in love. All right. One more for the love advice. All right. Distance. All right. So you got to be in for the long haul, y'all. If your person has been out of touch or you've been feeling the distance, maybe somebody you live near railroad tracks, a train, you can hear a train right now. All right, just understand that this challenges, right? There are challenges that will create space between you and your person. But in that space, it's so that y'all can grow. Somebody, your person gonna propose to you. This shit been coming out so much, y'all. Look at this. Coming around and find romance. Caught up in the whirlwind of emotions. Yeah. All right, so somebody, no regrets. Don't regret it. This been a long winding road, y'all, but no regrets. You gonna get exactly what it is that you do. Look, men souls. You and this man gonna work out together. Y'all work out. Look, they over here doing push-ups together, y'all. Y'all building something strong, right? You building something strong, y'all, and that's beautiful energy. So the souls are being mended right now. Empathy, forgive, and renew. Love with purpose. Heal with passion. I love that. Love with purpose, y'all. Heal with compassion. Love your person with purpose, but you heal them with your ability to be compassionate. That's united love. That's stable love, y'all. That's lasting love. Build a strong foundation with combined effort. All right, y'all got to work together. All right, let's get your regular advice. All right, regular. All right, generational curse breakers. All right, generational curse breakers, y'all. It says, all right, you were chosen by God and your ancestors to break curses off of your bloodline. Generational curse breakers are called to end toxic patterns that haunt their family's history. Ending family generational curses means taking the steps necessary to address past trauma. Healing your bloodline, y'all, once and for all. So all those that come after you won't have to experience the same pain and trauma. That's all we are, y'all. Yes, a cycle breaker, y'all. Unconditional love, right? Compassionate, right? That's who we are, y'all. That's universal unity, right? Universal unity. It says, symbolize universal unity symbolizes that every entity, thought, and action is part of a vast network of a system, emphasizing the shared bond and balance among all aspects of existence. In essence, it's a reminder that everything is part of a greater whole and that all things are fundamentally linked. All right, we are all connected, y'all. And that's what unity consciousness is. The new earth reality is simply the one without separation, y'all, is 919. 9 is wisdom, 1 is new beginnings. We all, everybody listening to me right now, you have the ability to create your own connectedness without division, y'all. Without division, we are all connected at a soul level. It was never about your race, creed, religion, sex, sexuality, none of that shit. You are all connected at a soul level. It's just that people want you to pay attention to what it looked like. Come on. Divine feminine. This week you are being highly exalted. All right, divine feminine, highly exalted this week. All right, nurturing, intuitive, receptive, empathic, creative, right? Embrace your intuition this week. Nurture with compassion and flow with grace, y'all. Let wisdom guide and creativity blossom. Embody the harmonious spirit of the divine feminine within. Highly elevated in rank, y'all. Exaltation is eternal life, the kind of life God lives. He lives in glory. He is perfect. He possesses all knowledge and all wisdom. Exalted, highly exalted. All right. Anything else? All right. Anything else? Old souls. All right. My old soul masculines. Come on, kings. Old souls. All right. Old souls. We got you have been around many lifetimes. All right, and have chosen to be reborn, to evolve and carry your learning journey. Somebody, you was a monk in your past life. I'm sorry, this is for a man. You was a monk in your past life. You got an old soul, and you're here now. You left your previous lifetime because you have access to Akashic records that little boys need. I'm hearing young men, right? There are young men and men that need access to your old school knowledge. We're warriors, y'all. Goddess warrior is at the bottom of the deck. Warriors, y'all, right? And you have so much knowledge, y'all. So much knowledge. That's why people fear us, y'all. They fear the chosen because we know shit that they don't want us to know. Right? Look, I could never make it up. What I just said. The universe whispers through the constellations. You are made of stardust, and to the stars you shall return. When you know you are made out of the very essence of God, then you know you won't never miss. You know you hear and see everything, y'all. And somebody now you're just connecting to the stars. From the dust you came, y'all. From the dust you shall return. What is that, y'all? Ooh, immortality at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Immortality. We are, y'all. Stop. This your first trip here. This your first trip here? It's not, y'all. Right? It says the spiritual essence of immortality encompasses the eternal survival of the soul, y'all. The soul. Liberation from physical constraints. A deep connection with the divine. Ooh, my left ear itching. Hold on, y'all have to stop, put the card down and scratch my ear. All right, y'all. It says a deep connection with the divine and infinite wisdom. It highlights moral considerations, symbolizes hope and continuity beyond physical life, and represents a profound enigmatic concept, challenge our understanding of existence. As the chosen, y'all, I'm talking about we challenge the very existence of people who are stuck in the old way of living. Your life, y'all, challenges their very existence. So let's keep challenging them, y'all. Let's keep challenging them, y'all. All right, let me get out of here, y'all. I gotta wash my hair, blow it out, child, and get it braided. I will see y'all in the morning, y'all, 7:15 a.m. All right, for your daily guidance. All right, back here tomorrow. All right, back here tomorrow at 7:15. Now, Tuesdays, I do 2 sessions, day and morning. So I'm pretty sure we'll be live tomorrow night as well. Likely on YouTube, unless we hit them 5,000 early, because I'm not going back on TikTok until we hit 5,000 over here. All right, y'all. Oh, angel numbers? My bad. I heard somebody say angel numbers. Hold on. Who said that? I heard angel numbers. Hold on, y'all. Let me get your angel numbers, y'all. I forgot. All right, let me get your angel numbers, y'all. Look out for these numbers today. You're welcome, Mona. Look out for these angel numbers today, y'all. All right, if you see these numbers, the universe is speaking. I hope to see all my new people from today back here in the morning. All right, I hope to see all my new subscribers back here in the morning. All right, angel numbers. If you see these numbers today, God is speaking. All right, angel numbers. All right. Ooh, all right, y'all. We got, say that, y'all. 000, y'all. That is I am a creator. Beautiful, y'all. 000. I am a creator. All right. It says you are one with the creator and there are no limits, y'all, to what you can achieve. You have the ability to create something new and incredible in your lifetime here on earth. All right. You are, y'all. You are the creator. Thank you, Rita. You are the creator, y'all. You just had to remember, child. That's it. You just needed a reminder. Y'all, stop playing. Y'all know my damn birthday be coming out. Y'all know God be doing stuff, y'all. The 13th. All right. 13 is my birthday. All right. It says, I am confident in that I am. So you know this is your message. All right. It says, you are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real, y'all. Somebody, whatever you are creating, it's gonna take off, y'all. Both of these cards are about creating something, y'all. Ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily, y'all, towards your goal. Y'all, I cannot. Look, another zero. Y'all, the only limitation we as a collective have is the limitations we put on ourselves, y'all. That's it. That's all. The only limitations you have are the ones you put on yourself. I am limitless, y'all. I am limitless. There is no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It is time to develop your spiritual side. You are gaining new sight, y'all, and understanding of both godly and earthly things. Beautiful, y'all. The number 15. All right, somebody, you could be born on the 15th. It says, I am wise. I am wise, y'all. It says, your love for others is powerful, and you are able to spread your gift of support far and wide. Your curious and social nature brings you in contact, y'all, with a variety of people, all who would benefit from your warm, heartfelt words of wisdom. Somebody, you got a lot of wisdom. See, 1 and 5 is 6, y'all. 6 is harmony. All right, 6 is harmony. Yeah, look, 30. All right, someone, you could be 30 or you're born on the 30th. All right, it says, I am imaginative. All right, you are an original, innovative thinker and an excellent communicator. You have great talent for using creativity to convey your ideas, and your optimistic attitude, all right, has uplifting effect on others. All right, I am imaginative. All right, the number 2. The number 2, all right, life path 2s. Y'all make very good decisions, y'all. It says, I am diplomatic. You have great talent for finding solutions, and your intuitive and unbiased nature allow you to see all sides of the situation and advise others towards the most beneficial and fair outcome. All right, we got the number 6. Somebody, you a life past 6. What I say, that's coming right up on the 15, y'all. So you could be seeing 6, 6 a lot. It says, I am nurturing. All right. Your heart is your gift. You are a natural born nurturer and have a great talent for helping and healing others. All right. You are the epitome of self-sacrifice and a protector of those you love. I am nurturing. All right, y'all know I got OCD, so now I got to finish building the pyramid. I got to get 3 more. Hold on, y'all. All right, I am stable. All right, 2, 6, 4. Oh, 2, 4, 6. Oh, I like that. That could be significant, y'all. I'm seeing 2, 4, 6s out here. All right, somebody, everything is happening in 2s. You counting by 2s? Stop playing, y'all. It says, I am stable. All right, you bring stability and rationality to any situation. All right, you are the rock that holds stuff together, y'all. Why? Because these goddamn zeros. I am observant. That's your intuition, y'all. God says, listen, that's the area code. I love that. 2, 4, 6. Say that shit, Mia. All right. 00, y'all. 00. That's your intuition. It says, angels ask for your attention. Open your eyes, listen, and think about everything that is happening. Trust your intuition today and follow guidance without any delay. Focus inward, y'all, through meditation and prayer. All right, what's the final number? Finish off the pyramid, y'all. Beautiful. 666, y'all, and 222. Both want to come out, so we'll take both of them. All right, 666 and 222. It says, I am centered and I am balanced. All right. A wake-up call, y'all, is taking place today. All All right, go and examine your current situation, y'all. Change the direction of your thoughts so that you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency. And then trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and actions. Love and light, y'all. The Lady Empath. 1111. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, y'all. Enjoy your Memorial Day if you are off. All right, if you are at work, go and put you some affirmations or something in your ear, some music or something. Don't let people at the toxic, crazy workplaces get on your nerves, y'all. All right, do the best you can, y'all, to preserve your energy. All right, because this week is going to be a heavy week, y'all. All right, it is. We talked about that for your daily astrology. All right, it's a purge, it's a process that's taking place, y'all. But I'm telling you, after May 31st, your life is not going to be the same, y'all. Your life will never be the same, is what I'm hearing God say. All right, y'all, join us on the Discord. All right, I will be over there checking while I'm getting my hair braided. I might as well sit there and talk to y'all on Discord. All right, now let me tell you, y'all, when you need advice, put it on Discord. If you just say, hey, at Lady Empath in general, you can at me. You know, this is what's going on, right? I'll get back with you guys, right? I go in there, y'all be talking, I chime in and talk and stuff. All right, so make sure that y'all are on Discord, all right? Especially that Twin Flame support group, y'all. If you are in on the journey, I have a private channel just for those who are in union. All right, who are in union and you going through difficulties and all of that, right? That is a private channel. That's not for everybody. All right, so I have several tools on Discord to help us, y'all. It's your daily guidance, y'all, for living, for life, and for support, y'all. Add Mia. Marky, add Mia. I already did Mia reading. So most of my twin flames are either you already are married and you know you on the journey. I'm not going to tell people if you with your person or not. But most of y'all I've already done love readings for anyway. All right, add Mia. You still waiting to be added? Okay. Mia, make sure you send Marky a support thing. Because you know some of y'all, I don't know y'all names on Discord and the YouTube unless they are the same. I don't know. All right, much love, Plex. Thank you. Thanks, Plex Castro. Thank you, love. All right, add Santia and add Mia. Oh, okay. See, Mia, I be forgetting y'all. Empress Danica. Hold on, let me write that down, Mia. I got you. All right, Empress Danica, add her, Marky. Yeah. And it add true. Okay, awesome. And if y'all remember, go ahead and put it in general too, because if Marky, because you know Marky be back and forth. I don't know if she on right now. So if she not, go ahead and put it in general, because I can add y'all too. You know, I ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna go rest in the back. So do in general, do add Lady and add just Marky and ask to be added to the Twin Flame, and one of us will add y'all in a little bit. Schedule love after car settled. I love that. Okay, Naya, I got you. I got you. And I read your thing about your car. You know, best of luck. I tell you, cars. Oh, I told you too though. Check out Carvana. I think I sent a message about that, Naya. All of my cars have come from Carvana, and even my kids. Y'all know how it is now. My kids be having bad credit and shit, y'all. So I be telling you, it ain't. Carvana is actually a good option. It really is. All of my cars have come from Carvana, right? Because it's the easiest process, and you can do that shit online. You put your information, they gonna tell you right then what you qualify for, and it ain't no hemming and hawing. I ain't never had no problems, y'all. I have luxury cars from Carvana. Like my king has work trucks, y'all, that he's gotten from Carvana. My kids, all of their cars. Like I just happen to have good experiences with Carvana. Yeah, send support tickets if y'all have problems. Now, CarMax, I think is better. CarMax back in the day used to be bad, but yeah, I actually bought a few cars from Car. Actually, yeah, no, CarMax is good. I was thinking about that drive time. Child, drive time is horrible. But CarMax and Carvana, I've always gotten good cars. And let me tell you, y'all, getting a good car is about you. Pray. God, don't let him give me no shit, right? You were like, God, don't send me no mess. But I'm gonna tell you, y'all, with Carvana, you can check the Carfax, CarMax too. Check the Carfax, y'all. Check the mileage. You know damn well if you get a car with over 100,000 miles on it, that your ass might have a problem. But you ain't gonna have that problem for at least maybe 60, 90 days, right? Especially if you're going to somebody reputable. So, some of this is about real world advice, y'all. But I ain't never had any problems out of Carvana. My king has gotten like literally 2 work trucks and his own personal vehicle. I've gotten shit, all of my vehicles, and we ain't never had no problems, y'all. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, y'all. Love and light, the lady Empath 1111.